Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the stream. How are we all doing today? Probably well. Hopefully... Hold up. What audio issues there? So it sounds super... No, I think we're okay. I think I was tripping then. I was hearing crazy static. Am I imagining that? I think I am. But yeah, welcome to the stream. How is everybody doing? Good to see ya. Yeah, I think I'm getting a little bit of a... I don't know. I don't know if it's this music on this particular video or what. Not too sure. Let's find a different video. I'm not hearing it now. What's in that video? I've listened to that video before and it's been fine though. I don't know. It's okay now, isn't it? You still hear it? Oh, so am I. Oh, that's, I know what that is. Yeah, it's, I know what it is. Hope that might have fixed it. Let's try again. Let's try again. I think it was a voice meter. See if it was. Restarted the audio engine. No. I don't know what we're doing to fix this before now. Right. So it's definitely coming through my my capture card. That's a fact. Hold up. Hold up a second. Is that audio picking up there now? Yeah. Okay. Right, so restarted it. Right, let's try that again. No? Okay, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Let's restart this PC. It's a capture card, I think. Alright. Let's restart. Oh, I can't see chat for a second. I think it's a capture card. It's been weird. I think last time restarting my gaming PC fixed it. Fucking hell. Just gone late today. We have tech issues. I can't wait till Elgato come out with a new card actually, because I am sick of these 4K 60 Pro Mark II. It's been nothing but a piece of shit since I've had it. It does what I need it to do, really, but it's just been such a fucking piece of shit. Pardon me. Right, we'll try again. Try again, right? Let's get rid of that. Right, give me a second and we'll get some tunes on. Because it's coming, it's just the capture card, because obviously if it was OBS or it was the voice meter itself in general, you'd hear my voice all cracking up, but it's not. Give me a second here. History. Try again. Nah, it's still doing it, bro. What the fuck, dude? Oh man, it's straight up trolling me. I can't remember what we did now last time to fix this shit. Piece of shit Elgato, man. Where are we? What's going on, Dog Fruit Channel? Appreciate ya. Properties. Let's deactivate it. Activate it again. I didn't hear a crackle. I didn't hear a crackle. Did I hear a crackle? I didn't hear a crackle. Let's go again. I'm just pausing so I can listen back on stream. Okay, so that's all good. Piece of shit, Elgato. Elgato! Come on, man. I've been buying your products for years. Sort me out. Fuck your fucking driver rollbacks. Give me a new card. For free. For free, please. Would be very nice. Okay. I think we're good now, yeah. Let me know if we'll just let it play for a second and see if it breaks again, yeah? Cheers, everybody, though, guys. We are trudging on into the week. For me, though, it's kind of like it's Thursday today because it's my birthday Thursday and Rosie's booked Thursday and Friday off, so I am happy as Larry. So probably going to skip going to the gym Thursday because it's leg day. Any excuse to skip it, I'll take it, you know. Be like, well, it's my birthday. Can't be doing legs on my birthday. Plus, I think me and Rose are going to have a lie-in. I think she's going to get down to the calf as well. I'm going to get a big fucking calf, greasy calf sandwich. And then just get on the stream, probably. Probably end up playing, to be fair, Thursday, I don't know what I'm going to play, actually. We're going to play Flintlock, but I want to play a bit of Throne and Liberty as well. I said I'm not going to play too much because that game I'm really looking forward to, and I want to experience as much as possible fresh when it launches. I've already played a little bit of the one play test, and I don't want to do too much, so when it comes to starting the game in September, then I'm like, you know, that early busy work of an MMO feels even more busy and more annoying because I've done it twice already. So we'll do a little bit. I'll probably play some Thursday and maybe a little bit Friday, and that's it. Like, and we won't be a big stream either. We'll just play him for a couple of hours, and then we'll probably jump onto Flintlock and play through Flintlock because I'm hoping that's going to be good. Actually, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, just jams, no crackles. So I like to hear. Nobody wants crackles in the jam. Right then. Shall we check out a couple of videos? Check out a couple of videos because we like to do a couple of reactions and see what's going on in the world of content before we start. So let's do it. Guys, remember as well, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to drop a like on the stream. It's very much appreciated. If you are watching on the short stream, click the like button by holding the screen for 2 seconds. The like button will pop up magically because for some reason YouTube like to hide it, but they give you hearts. Like, who cares about that? Not that likes matter anyway, but you know, you can do that. It's appreciated. And if you're watching on the normal YouTube live stream, you can like the video as well. We are actually streaming on the main channel today, which I haven't done for a while. So, you know, shout out to you if you're watching over there, guys. I do appreciate you. And if you're watching on Twitch, thank you for the continued support. Everybody, guys, it's appreciated. Give me a second here. Okay, cool. All right, then. So, audio's all good. That's what I like to hear. All right, let's get this out of the way. And, let's check out this video then. Yo, Jamie, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Oh, shit. Get restream chat back up a second. Otherwise, you know. Okay, let me just test this a second, yeah, before we start. Testicles. There we go. Working. It's working. All right, then. Another video from Styx. Tower of Fantasy just revealed their new gacha. Okay. I still have yet to play this game. The more hate I see against the game, I'm more and more intrigued to play it. We're going to play it probably now. We're going to play it next week. We're going to start it fresh from an unbiased perspective. Probably shouldn't keep watching so many videos on about how trash the game is, really. If I want to watch it from a, a totally neutral point. But let's check this video out from Sticks anyway, guys. If you haven't already, go show him some love. There's great content, and let's see what he's got to say about the new system in Tower of Fantasy then. I will preface this by saying, to be fair, pretty much every video Sticks talks about Tower of Fantasy is usually totally shitting on the game, so just let you know. But let's see what he's got to say.
I just got back from a really long night out. You can tell it just by looking at me. I come back, I sit down, I get ready to go shower, get ready to go to sleep when I see this.
That's cap. That's cap. We know gacha gamers don't shower, so we know you're lying there, Sticks.
Video posted, Neverness to Everness, new Unreal Engine 5 supernatural urban open world RPG by Hada Studio. Hada Studio, of course, are the studio behind the incredibly successful, beloved Tower of Fantasy.
I was waiting for you. We did speak about this in a previous video, actually, that they were working on a new game that was probably going to go alongside Tower of Fantasy because it's kind of dropped off in pretty much every area. Be cool to see what they come up with. There was a talk, all the information that was coming out, it's going to be like this supernatural urban open world, as it says on screen. All interesting premises. There was a lot of dev speak there as well, and obviously we haven't seen anything just yet. But hey, maybe we get to see some here.
Yeah, so right off the bat, we know this is going to be an absolutely incredible title. We know that this is
Totally unbiased, of course, Sticks.
going to be loved and enjoyed by—
Saying that, though, from what I've heard, a lot of people do have issues with Tower of Fantasy. It started off in a decent spot, but just didn't quite run the game well, from what I've heard. Obviously, this is all coming through the grapevine. Haven't played it, but the general consensus of what I've heard, though, about the game is the story's absolutely dog water. But a lot of gacha game stories are kind of trash, really. You know, there are some great ones out there, but a lot of them are pretty poor.
By everyone in the gacha community, the launch is going to go flawlessly. There are going to be no bugs, there are going to be no duplication issues, there are going to be no—
I'll say that one thing about Zenless Zone Zero, actually. The launch of Zenless, I could be wrong, but so far, I feel has gone quite smooth, apart from a lot of people just kind of not liking the game, and there being this massive division in the community. But it feels like the launch went pretty smooth. It was quite slick, actually.
no FPS issues. This is going to be flawless, and this is going to perhaps be one of the greatest gacha games to ever release. At least that's what the Tower of Fantasy players think. That's what the Hada Studio fans think. We all know the reality.
Hey, you know what, though? They might think that. They might be wrong. But let's hope they're right, though. We all want good games, and we all want them to launch well, because it's better for us at the end of the day, isn't it?
Having seen Tower of Fantasy fail in real time and continue to fumble repeatedly over the years, this I have not seen. This I know absolutely nothing about. I reacted to some of the information that was available earlier today. I am actually kind of excited to see what this game looks like, because this is an urban RPG. This is an urban open world RPG. So this is like
one of the main reasons why I'm really looking forward to Project Mugen. Obviously, they did a great reveal trailer for one, but I kind of want to see more urban settings for gacha games, because I just think the way anime is styled, it just, obviously it suits all genres really, but there's just something about that colourful pop world of a city, and I really like that about Zenless. The city, in my opinion, it looks gorgeous, and I love the environment and the whole aesthetic of the universe. So hopefully we get something, obviously not similar, but you know, with that sort of vein in the design, I guess.
This is Project Mugen. This is Zenless Zone Zero set in Project Mugen's world. Hada saw the success of Genshin, and they were like, you know what? Let's make Tower of Fantasy. They saw Project Mugen coming. To
be fair, though, that's what Kuro did as well, really. Let's face it, like, I love Wuthering Waves, but let's not pretend that Wuthering Waves, you know, looked at exactly what Genshin did and we're like, right, let's do all of that, but let's try and improve on it. So I don't hate on Hada for trying that. It seems like, for the most part, they didn't succeed in that. Whether Wuthering Waves will as well. I don't think anything's ever going to get to those Genshin levels, but I don't necessarily, you know, see that as a negative from Hada. Obviously, it's always good when game studios come out with something that's a little bit unique, but It is a problem in the gaming industry when something is successful. Everybody tries to recreate it. I get it. It becomes a bit generic. But at the end of the day, I don't judge them for it either because, you know, it works sometimes. Well, a lot of the time it actually works. It just depends on how well they actually apply this. And I guess I don't see this really. The idea is it's just like, let's take Genshin and let's take Zenless and mix the two together. Or let's take Mugen and mix the two together. Could be wrong. We could see some information there that like really like says that they are. But you know, I think I'm gonna be open about it. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be optimistic. You know, I think that's the best way to look at it. Don't be expecting too much, but let's hope that it's something that's enjoyable for all of us.
And let's come into like, you know what? Let's make Neverness to Everness, which, by the way, I just want to point out is an absolutely ridiculous name. But
I agree. The name's kind of trash. The name is kind of trash. Neverness to Everness. Yeah, it's kind of bad name.
But I mean, you know what? There's a 4-minute trailer. There is a website for this as well.
Let's not pretend Zenless Zone Zero's a great name, though. You know, like you break it down. It's ZZZ. That you know, it's like, was he going to put us to sleep? Well, it did with some people quickly as well, but. Yeah, it's not a great name though.
Website has pretty much nothing on it. You can pre-register right now if you want to, and that's about it. I'm sure they're gonna populate the website with lots of information.
Be curious to see where they get to. Be curious in terms of pre-registrations, because that's usually a good sign of where things are going, how excited people are. And just recently, you know, Project Mugen did 5 million just off the initial teaser trailer, which is insane. I can't remember how many Zenless did now. It was plus 30 million, had 50 million downloads. Genshin smashed it. Wuthering Waves did really well. So, be really interested to see if it can break that 5 to 10 million mark quickly, or people are just not into. I think it will get a bunch of pre-registrations, because even if the game flops on launch, people are going to be interested. But yeah, that Neverness to Everness. I think maybe just calling the game Neverness or Everness would have been much better. You know, it doesn't need both, really.
Lots of images, lots of gameplay. When gameplay is released, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that this is going to be filled with pre-rendered cinematics, but I might be wrong. They might feature game.
The hot take there. That's a hot take, Sticks.
Gameplay. I genuinely hope they do feature gameplay. What I actually think is going to happen is it's going to kind of take a lot of inspiration from future Tower of Fantasy areas, and they kind of just like took certain aspects of later Tower of Fantasy and implemented it into its own game. An English dub, okay.
Target should be nearby. Let's wrap this up.
Okay, obviously it's straight up just a CGI cutscene, and like with that TNG 76 or whatever it was called, and people are saying this is going to be a Genshin killer, just off that cutscene, just stupid. But right off the bat, you know, I'm liking the colours. This is exactly what I said why I like the Zenless urban setting, and I kind of want to see more of that, because it's going to give us lots of like that sort of pop punk vibe of the bright colours and nice contrasting images and scenes, and hopefully cool places to explore as well.
Very cute character models.
Say,
but
character
this is
designs look
entirely
decent.
pre-rendered. I mean, it looks pretty cool from what I've seen so far. Kind of looks like Splatoon a little bit.
It looks like they got leaning into the comic book style of things as well. Kind of like Zenless, actually. But I am totally down with that. I love it when games kind of lean into that comic book element. As somebody who's a fan of comics, I love it.
But what's going to set this apart? What's going to make it different, unique?
Okay, Toguro, step aside. Hiromaru, it's feeding time. Oh, we gotta meet the rush fee quota for this thing the BAC wanted. As long as nothing goes wrong.
Okay, we got some waifu action here. I'm liking the character designs. Of course, this is all just pre-rendered CG stuff, but I'm liking the character design. We got some sort of like witch character here with the big tartars. That's always good. Little more tartar action going on here. Okay, I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
Something went wrong. What the heck?
They're driving around in what looks like a Porsche as well.
Very Project Mugen.
I'll admit it does actually. It very much does, because well, actually, It does, but I think that's just because we saw vehicles in Project Mugen, didn't we? But they're definitely leaning into that comic book aesthetic, which I'm liking that. I am liking that.
The aesthetic, the style, the
Has she got angel wings, or at least one angel wing?
the aesthetic, the style, the character model.
Looks like she's only got one angel wing by the looks of things.
Everything about this feels very Project Mugen. So Hana were like, let's. They're like, Project Mugen has been quiet for the entire year.
Okay, we got
before they release.
Are they alluding to the potential that we've got vehicles within the game then that are going to act as mounts? Because Terra Fantasy has mounts, doesn't he? Like I say, still not played it, but from what I've seen, it does have mounts. So it looks like maybe potentially we're going to be able to traverse the map on vehicles, which I'm down with that. It's just how they handle, because a lot of these games, if they are leaning into the mobile space as well, vehicles tend to kind of handle like crap, really. So I'll be interested to see how they handle that.
Let's release a version of the game that's, I mean, probably inferior, but
Don't forget the rush fee!
let's try and capture their player base before they get the opportunity to. Oh, damn.
Dude, I'm loving these character designs. That dude looked like, was it Locha? I'm walking past.
Okay. I saw Kakaro. This really strongly resembles a Zenless Zone Zero trailer.
I really like the whole aesthetic though, and the style they're going with so far. Obviously, we might see some gameplay, but we don't see anything that's gonna tell us how the game's gonna play in what we're seeing here. But, you know, so far, I'm on board, man.
Like the quirkiness of it and the style of the cinematic just really strongly resembles Zenless.
Thanks!
Meddle all you want. Count me out.
How about we work off some calories?
The voice acting, though, for the trailer is good. Character models are very good.
Character models are great.
That looks like the little demon girl from
are we seeing
Duet
gameplay
Edimus.
here?
She literally has the
is
horns,
this
the
just
same
in-engine?
color, in the same place. I don't see a UI, so I know this isn't actual gameplay.
I don't think we can always just say if it doesn't have a UI doesn't mean it's gameplay, because sometimes they'll use gameplay within trailers and remove the UI just to make it look a little bit more cinematic to fit into the trailer. But at the same time, it's a good point, and this could just totally be in-engine, or it could just be, you know, totally pre-rendered. But it looks, if that's how the combat's gonna be, obviously I'm trying to be a bit easy on them here. I'm liking the design. Like, what are these here? Like sort of stag. Ghost stags, because he did mention supernatural stuff. So are these like stag spirits or something?
This is a pre-rendered version of the gameplay, which still does look pretty good.
Let's finish this.
But then Tower of Fantasy's combat was never its issue. Tower of Fantasy's combat was always pretty good. Especially
As somebody who's never played Terra Fantasy, if they can tweak that combat to make it even better, and they can build on all the other stuff that Terra Fantasy failed on, then maybe potentially this could be good then. Coming from somebody who's never played the game, we are going to have to play that game, so I can look back on all this sort of stuff and be like, okay, I can give my view now. But as I say, next week we'll probably delve into Terra Fantasy. We're still got to play Honkai Impact 3rd as well. Still not played that game yet, so those are two games on my radar that we're going to have to try out very soon.
considering it came out before Wua. Little evil lolly.
You can go now.
Like, this is the most Project Mugen trailer I've... Like, this looks just like Project Mugen. This is crazy. Unreal.
Obviously, this is all just a trailer still, but the environmental design, I'm here for it, man. I am here for it.
Like,
Okay, is that emphasizing there that we might have a day-night cycle within the city then? So I'm guessing, oh, they did mention that it was open world, yeah. Okay, interesting. Obviously, this isn't in-game, but the actual layout of the city looks a cool place to spend your time.
At least Wuthering Waves looked visually different to Genshin, but come on. This is like...
I wouldn't even say this looks exactly like Mugen. We haven't really seen enough of Mugen to say that. I suppose we've seen about as much as this, really. So it's a fair take. I don't see it as much. There is some resemblance there, but I think you're always going to get some sort of resemblance in games that when you're talking an anime gacha game set in an urban environment or an anime gacha game set in a fantasy environment, there's going to be some similarities. Of course, Wuthering Waves looks slightly different to Genshin, but I think that's more just the engine and the fact that it's newer and it's a little bit more visually impressive. Obviously, they look a little bit less comic styled, but I think that's just due to the fact of Genshin showing a bit of its age now. I think when you look at Zenless compared to maybe Wuthering, there's a little bit more of a similarity there, I guess. Maybe I'm just grasping at straws there and I'm trying to defend the game that I've got no skin in the fight, really. But you know what? I think it looks kind of cool, man.
This is like they took Project Mugen and they just removed...
It looks like quite a large city by the looks of things then. Like I say, it looks like a nice, colourful, fun place to be as well, which... For me, that's a big factor in games. I want to enjoy the environment I'm in. And it looks like an enjoyable environment. Obviously, we need to see some gameplay first to really see what it looks like. But so far,
like the fun
wasn't a bad trailer.
World traversal style. Why is
bad name though? But NTE, okay, that doesn't sound so bad. Yeah, I'm gonna go play a bit of NTE. I don't know actually.
it called Neverness to Everness? It's just okay. I like where we're going with that. Oh, I thought we're going somewhere else with it. Wait, 20.
Okay. Are we going to see... I don't think that's talking about the launch. I think we're going to see more. So potentially we're going to see a good bit of gameplay, maybe?
24. Oh, no. Oh, wait. It says be ready for more. Oh, okay. I thought it was like, we're releasing in September. I was going to be like, no way. The game's already ready. But no, it's be ready for more. We're going to have additional information ready for you in September 2024. Let's see what people are saying. I can't wait to see a version of this that isn't pre-rendered. Exactly. Unreal Engine 5, here we go again. Project Mugen Killer dropped already. Damn, well the game, it can't...
To be fair though, Project Mugen have gone totally silent, haven't they? Really? Yo, what's going on, Neil? As I say, I like to be a little bit more of an optimistic gamer, and I genuinely don't have issues with, let's say, a little bit of light plagiarism in video games, because at the end of the day, all I want is a good video game. And if developers are agile enough and quick enough to see that this is a successful thing and we can pivot and enjoy some of that success and do it before them, you know, I don't have an issue with it. Like I say, I'm a fan of Wuthering Waves, and that game is a better version of Genshin in my opinion. And there's lots of other games that I'm a fan of and been a fan of over the years. I love Valorant. Valorant is CSGO with hero elements to it, and it's great. I have got no issue with developers looking at other successful games and successful IPs and successful mechanics and being like, right, we're going to take a little bit of everything and we're going to pull it into our game, and we're going to hopefully improve on it. And at the end of the day, I was talking about this before when we were talking about the old Arena Breakout thing with Tarkov. I'm not too fussed if Arena Breakout kind of took things from Tarkov. At the end of the day, that's a corporate legal issue, whatever. But if it brings me a good game that I enjoy, I'm here for it. I get it that people will be like, well, that can affect corporations and then we might not get the games we want. I understand that as well. But as long as I've got something fun to play at the end of it, I really don't mind.
Can't kill a
honestly.
game that hasn't released yet. My favorite engine for phones. Yes. Another open world. Pretty sure a lot of people will feel overwhelmed by the amount of open world gacha games coming up and ended up oversaturating the market.
That's an interesting point. We did speak about this yesterday in the video about open world games in gacha and how maybe that being open world doesn't lend itself to gacha systems the best. But somebody who enjoys open worlds, I don't mind it. But talking about how open world games always have an issue inevitably, in terms of once you've done so much of the content within the world, it maybe becomes a bit of a hindrance to the gameplay if it's not done well. But talking about companies like Rockstar, who, you know, Red Dead Redemption, GTA, they're worlds that never seem to suffer that because they're just so alive. So that's a fair comment, actually.
Market, that's also true. Cool video, but I don't even know what genre the game is. Exactly. The Project Mugen.
Well, that's true, but I think it's fair to say from that it's an action RPG open world urban gacha game. I think really. Kinda feels
Killer.
like
What
was in
the?
game,
Project Mugen killer already? 99% marketing, 1% gameplay, exactly. We know nothing
Well, I'd say that was 0% gameplay potentially.
about this game right now. We know that it's an open world, supernatural, urban RPG. We know it's going to be a gacha game. We know it looks good. And that's about it. I think this has the potential to be a very fun game. I genuinely do. I just have absolutely no faith in anything that Hada produce. That's it. I think they're incompetent. I think they're incapable of doing anything good. But I'm more than happy to be proven wrong. Hada, please, I would love to do a good, positive video on a game you release. Seriously, this is your chance. This is your chance to not be considered a global fuck up. Not a global phenomenon. No.
I must admit, I haven't played Terra Fantasy, but I do think 6 is a little bit harsh on Hada. There's plenty of games that come out that, like, you know, start off with something good and kind of fall by the wayside or just flop off the get-go. But I think to totally tie a developer's all its future works to a particular failure that they might have had, it's fair, but he definitely does seem to have quite a strong bias against Hada. Like I say, I might play Terra Fantasy and be like, you know what, I get it. Maybe there's some other stuff going on behind the scenes that I don't know of, but I just feel a little bit unfair sometimes.
Please do not mess up this opportunity. You cannot afford 2 critical failures in a row. Now, if this is of absolutely no interest to you though.
Okay, cool video. Do you know what we're going to do? Because I have just found, check out Sticks by the way, I have just found that it seems like there's some actual gameplay of the game that came out 8 hours ago. So we're going to check that out as well. See what it's saying. What's going on now, Neil? What you got to say, mate? What you got to say? Hit me with it. Hit me with it. Hit me with it. We'll check this out. How you doing anyway, though? Everybody, welcome to the stream. Appreciate ya. Give me what you got. Right, 2 seconds as well. Let me just check something here. I'm all over Wuthering Waves, really enjoying it despite me being horrible. Dude, I'm really happy to hear that, I am. I always like to see people enjoying games anyway, but it's always nice when, you know, you're like, hey, you're playing something that you enjoy and a friend's like, oh man, I'm going to try that out, and they actually do enjoy it, so I'm glad. I have no idea what the hell. You'll learn. Like, dude, I'm still a little bit like that with gacha games in general. Like, when I first got into Genshin, and to be fair, if I go back to Genshin now, I won't have a clue what I was doing. There's so many systems. And then on top of that, you've got like all the systems, the gacha systems, and then, you know, you learning your combat and everything. It is quite overwhelming as a genre. That's why, don't get me wrong, when we talk about casual games, gacha games kind of are casual in a way, but at the same time, with all the systems that are in the games, there's a lot to learn when you initially start. It can be incredibly overwhelming. Yeah, the target, yeah. I think I had Cal Charo as my target, actually. Might check a video out later, actually. People talking about the sad downfall of Cal Charo. No. That's just like a targeted pool that you get to choose a 5-star. Hard pity just means, so you have hard pity is hitting the maximum amount of pulls to get a character, basically. So you're guaranteed a 5-star after 80 pulls, pretty much. So if you get to 80 pulls, that means you've hit hard pity. You had to do all of the pulls to get there. Where soft pity is where there's an increase in the amount of the likelihood that you're going to pull a 5-star, which I think in Wuthering Waves is around 60. I could be wrong. So at 60 pulls, the likelihood of you getting, I don't know what the increase is now, the likelihood of you getting a 5-star goes up. Do you know what I mean? And so every 10 pulls, you're guaranteed a 4-star. So it basically pities just a how do I describe it? A guarantee, basically. Hard pity's a guarantee. Soft pity's an increase in the likelihood of you getting the character or getting a character that's a 5-star. Yeah, I have a lot of people who come into my chat, man, got really lucky when it comes to weapons. I have not had the best of luck when it comes to weapons. I've got Jian's signature and I've got Jinxie's signature, which I had to grind. Well, I had to go fucking pretty much hard pity to get Jinxie's weapon. I think I was on like 78 pulls or something. So it was pretty much hard pity. And pretty much the same thing with Jian's weapon, actually. I've just had bad luck with the weapons, if I'm honest. What's going on, Yusuf? This or Honkai Star Rail? What were the Zenless Zone Zero or Honkai Star Rail? At the moment, I'd prefer to play Zenless Zone Zero, but I do genuinely think Honkai Star Rail is a gorgeous, really good game. I think it's got issues that it's starting to get into more and more now. With it's haves or have-nots, which I understand that's gacha in general, but it really feels like if you don't have the new spice in Honkai Star Rail, it can be a little bit unfun sometimes, and it can be a bit rough. Like I think that is emphasized by the fact that it's a turn-based game, and obviously it's all down to freaking your stats and all that sort of stuff, and DPS checks and how characters work against particular enemies, which in an action game you might have a little bit more, be able to lean in with skill a little bit. Well, that's why I think I like Wuthering Waves so much, because of course the gacha elements there still, and characters and resistances and DPS checks and elements and all that sort of stuff are still important to the game, but it feels like you can lean into skill a little bit more to get what you want. But I do really like Star Rail. I do. And we're going to get back on Star Rail, but I think at the minute I'm just enjoying Zenless because it's brand new. It's a new hot sauce, isn't it? The new one on the banner is what I want for Cal, only because you can't pull Jian anymore. I don't know of. He'll come round again. He'll either become part of a banner as a rate up character, or he'll have his own main banner again. Yeah, dude. That's the whole point of gacha games. There is no buying stuff straight out. Well, I will give Kuro that though. Like, where they give you the targeted banner and stuff, and giving away 5 stars here and there. Apparently there's going to be another 5-star giveaway soon, so you might be able to choose somebody soon again, potentially. But shall we check out this video? We just watched that video from Styx talking about Neverness to Everness, and apparently we've got some gameplay here which I want to check out. This is a new game from Hodder, the people who make Tower of Fantasy. We just saw the CG trailer. Obviously didn't give us very much at all, but I'm interested. Set in an open world urban environment with supernatural elements. Neverness to Everness. Let's see what the gameplay's saying and see if it actually looks something that we're going to be wanting to get into. We're going to check it out anyway, but let's see what it's saying, man. Hodder Studio. Okay, right off the bat, character design looks great. Visually, this is looking nice. This is looking really nice. Okay, all right. Okay, we saw the switch there. I'm impressed. Okay, you've got my attention. We got a big titty cat girl. Okay. Colours are looking great as well. The colour palette looks gorgeous. We got a lolly. It looks like she's got demon horns. Okay, that's kind of cool, actually. Another cat girl. Dude, one thing I'll say, the character design looks gorgeous. Like the colour palette, the actual design of the characters. These look really nice, these do. Really nice. Looks like we got strong motion blur on them at the moment, which I'm not a fan of. Typical gacha UI by the looks of things. We're level 1. Okay. 4 characters. Okay, I don't know what any of these say, because obviously I don't speak Mandarin or whatever. I'm guessing it's Mandarin. Is this like a little hub area where you can jump off into other stuff? Okay, city looks nice. Looks a little bit sparse, but looks nice. The colours look great. This looks good, this does, chat. Mr. Browns. Holy cow, how big was that dude, bro? Okay, I think so far this might be my favourite character, chat. Just saying. Now, it'd be interesting to see how many of these points of interest, these stores and stuff are interactable. You know, that's going to be a big factor of how interesting the world is to be in and how characters kind of interact with the protagonist or you as well. Because that's one thing that I was speaking about in open world games, you know, how they can become a little bit of a negative to the overall gameplay loop if you feel like it becomes a bit of a chore to get between points of interest if the world doesn't feel alive and interesting. And a big factor of that is how the NPCs within the world kind of interact with each other and you as well, which is one thing that Rockstar do amazing. Of course, I'm not expecting that, and this is probably still kind of early, but I think that'll be a big factor. If you're going to make an urban world, you've got to make it incredibly interesting and make the people that live in it interesting to be around as well. The way the lolly runs. Okay, we got a typical thing of food here, which I'm imagining give us attribute buffs and such. I'm a massive fan of the character design so far, though. Like, they look really good. They're well designed. The palettes look great. Their animations, the movement looks pretty nice as well. I wonder how free the movement is around the city. I wonder if there's a lot of invisible walls. I hope not, because in gacha games there tends to be quite a lot of that, and if you're going to have an open environment in an urban setting, it needs to feel like you can kind of go wherever you want. I wonder if there'll be any verticality as well, if some of these buildings will be accessible to get into and get on top of, like, you know, to add something to the gameplay, I guess. I wonder if combat's going to work in the open world as well. Is it just going to be monsters or whatever roaming around, or is there going to be areas that are like safe zones as well? Okay, another character that I'm really liking here in chat. Okay, interesting. So what happened there then? Did we enter an area or did we do something to make that happen? Ah, interesting. Okay, that looks really nice. Visually, that's a really nice effect, that is. That looks dope. So this is the supernatural element to it then, yeah? Okay, dude, I'm digging this. So that's cool. Is that a snack machine that's just turned into a creature? And a dustbin as well. Okay. Combat's looking okay, looking decent. I'm liking the particle effects as well. As I said, in that trailer that we saw, the CG, it seems like they're leading into the comic book kind of element, and it does a little bit with the way the particle effects and the abilities kind of look. They look like they've got sort of a comic book-esque sort of design to them, which I'm digging that. Okay, looks like we got an alternate. I'm liking the enemy design as well so far. There were some cool looking enemies actually.
新的空间，这个地方还是小心为妙。
Dude, this environmental design is pretty nice actually. Quite top notch. The effects as well are actually. I'm very easily pleased, I must admit. Give me some cool looking waifus, and I'm pretty much sold anyway. Well, add in some good action combat and some cool environments, and you know, credit cards out, man. I'm ready to go. So it seems like there's a lot of environmental manipulation kind of going on. I guess this is obviously all to do with the supernatural side of things, but again, I'm liking it. Dramatic. Audio sounds good as well. One thing I'll say as well, off the bat already, obviously we haven't seen too much, but the enemies actually look way less passive than Zenless Zone Zero's. Obviously, obviously we'll need to get our hands on to see how it actually feels, but that's a thing that I'm noticing straight away, which is always good. Is that like a spirit that eats spirits? Okay, it looks like we've got some sort of intro-outro system as well. Dude, these combat animations look really good, man. That was a little bit jarring.
面上红门可能就是关键，校园观光该结束了。
Not gonna lie, that was a cool little sequence, that was, and then we're back out into the normal city, I guess then, because everything's gone back to normal. I like that. Dude, don't tell me we can actually drive around in the city. Please tell me we can drive around in the city. I hope the cars actually handle well as well, because obviously if this is going to be coming to mobile, please don't look like it handles like trash. Dude. I'm going to say it right here. I'm actually kind of impressed already. I'm easily impressed, but it looks like we've got radio stations as well by the looks of things. We got a speedometer. Okay. I'm guessing the cars are going to act as mounts then to get us around. I wonder if there's going to be a gacha system with the cars as well. They like their Porsche type designs, don't they? I've saw a lot of those in this game so far. In the trailer as well. Actually got gear changes that sound okay. we go across that bridge? Oh, okay, somebody can't drive. I wonder if there's going to be a less urban and more suburban area then maybe across that bridge potentially. He looks like this person is about to just murder everybody at the bus stop. I wonder if they'll jump out the way or you can actually mow pedestrians down. Oh, he missed them. That looked like there might be kind of an invisible wall there stopping you do that. That's a shame. I suppose that shows the sick side of me, but it kind of would be cool to, you know, just mow down some pedestrians, like. Dude, this person needs to not be playing this game. They look like they cannot drive at all. I was going to make a joke there, but, you know, it might be considered highly sexy, so we won't do it. Is this like a car showroom then that you can buy cars? Okay, dude, this is sick. Oh, you can customize them as well. Dude, this looks insane. Supercars and waifus coming together. That just seems like the match made in heaven, actually. That does. Look at the kitted up taxi as well. They definitely do like the Porsche designs, don't they? Are we about to show that we can go? I wanted to see if we could just kind of go wherever we wanted in the car then. Don't tell me there's properties in the game. Are they trying to glean into the gacha waifu GTA space? Is that what they're going for here? I wish you understood what anything said on the screen. This is all great. I'm loving the fact that we've seen this, but I want to see a little bit more combat as well. The combat looks actually pretty good. I suppose they've showed us a little bit of combat. They want to get this element out there that it's going to have this almost I suppose an extra life sim element to the game in terms of, you know, the car customization, what looks like property purchasing. I'm assuming where they've showed us that you can do cars that you're going to be able to modify and change the interior, your property as well, I'm guessing. I wonder if all of this is explorable. It looks like the city's quite large. It's a posh lobby. Looks like we've got some cash. Or we're just money laundering. Dude. So she stole a car, had it chopped and hopped and bought a house on credit. This game is too real. The city looks great. I'm hoping this is all explorable. If it's not, I'm going to be incredibly downhearted with that. But dude, this looks like an actual large playing space. It'd be cool as well. Sorry for to keep pausing you. Obviously, where we've got a lot of the skyscrapers, if they added an element in either Endgame or whatever, where you actually fight through the floors of the building all the way up as like a roguelike mode for Endgame potentially. I'm really liking the character designs.
尊贵的主人，
Is
欢
that
迎回家。
supposed to just be a
我是
collar
伊
and
登公
cuffs?
寓为您配备的私人管家，海特洛市家政协会持之。
I guess it potentially is because the supernatural element I'm imagining, yeah. I was just thinking, is that bugged out to hell there? Or is this like a ghost butler? Have we got a ghost butler?
接下来，我将简单为您介绍新居的布局与配置，请随我来。伊登公寓坐向桥间地黄金地段，购物、
think
餐饮
we've got a
和娱
ghost
乐
butler.
场所步行可达。这边是会客区，而您的新居户型
Looks like we can collect chibis.
您招待贵客，
Or
坐拥桥间
plushies.
地最美海景，如此一间。 因此，尤加利在这里提醒您，游泳欣赏日落虽美，也请注意。
Can we go in the pool? Go in the pool. You know, having that pool there is just going to be an excuse for them to sell bikini cosmetics, and I'm here for it. I've got no problems with that at all. Okay, so it maybe doesn't look like you can go unless there is somewhere off there, because that is a big ass long bridge, bro, curling round there. Like, what the hell? Looks like potentially, does that go over to like a separate island over there? There.
因此，尤加利在这里提醒您，游泳欣赏日落虽美，也请注意。
It looks like there is a yeah. Look, it looks like there's another island over there with a tower on it. Maybe that's something like the Tower of Adversity, maybe. Okay, so we've got day-night cycles. Bro, dude, the city looks gorgeous. So far, this game is looking absolutely gorgeous. We've got a mountain region as well. Looks like we've got a mountain region off up in the distance there also. So we've got potentially some more like, you know, less urban, more, you know, natural areas to explore with some traversal and stuff in through trees and woods and whatever up a mountain. We've got a dance floor in our house. Looks like we have cats as well. Yeah, see, they're definitely leaning into that comic book style, aren't they? There with that ability. I am really digging the effect design. It's really nice. Okay, that's cool. Boys, that was dope. Come on, you can't tell me that wasn't dope. That's freaking cool, that is. Literally just ran up the wall outside the building, jumped off, and now we're freaking gliding down. I'm guessing we're going to have loads of different glider designs as well. Dude, this is looking fire, this is. So we can't let the child drive the car, surely. It doesn't matter anyway, this person can't drive. I wonder if there's vehicle damage as well. Weather effects don't look too bad either as well for an anime style gacha game. The reflections, the lighting. I wonder if this game's going to have ray tracing. It seems like this is going to be... How the hell is this going to run on mobiles if it's going to run on mobiles? If it's going to be on mobile, should I say? Because I feel like a lot of people are going to struggle to run this on their PC. See, my one worry is, though, the city looks great and getting around looks cool, but is this going to be just a lot of window dressing, in a sense? Are these areas going to become something? Can any area become like that area that we saw them go into combat, you know, where it kind of changed and then we saw combat? Can that happen anywhere? Is there potential for that to pop up, like, always a thing? Because otherwise... Will these become, once again, going back to that talk we were having about open worlds becoming a detraction from a game later on when points of interest have been, used and we've worked through all of that stuff that it just kind of becomes, oh, I've got to go through this area now to get to this particular point, and it becomes maybe a little bit of an annoyance. Or that looks a little bit like a Jetta. That does there. But so far though, it looks great. I just worry that maybe a lot of this will become window dressing and won't actually be something that'll be fun to move around in. Dude, this is definitely a woman driving. I'm sorry, this is I hate of a woman driving. Okay. Boys, they are showing so many things here that are just really actually kind of cool. We've got first person inside the car visuals here. I'm loving the actual style of the dashboard as well. It's very, very 90s. You just see an indicator for a split second there. The game's got to have races in, yeah? You know, I mean, Wuthering Waves and other open world games, Genshin, you know, where there's actual, like, challenges that are, like, you know, time trials, the flying trial in Wuthering Waves, getting from point A to B, you know, racing a person's time. Are we going to have street races? That would be actually kind of cool. Hoda, if you haven't already done so, make sure there's street races. You've got to make that's got to be a thing. We've got car modifications. We've got Porsches on the streets. We've got a world that's set up perfectly for street races. That's got to be a thing. I swear I heard a dump valve as well then. Maybe I didn't. Okay. So is that a ghost race that we're going to have here? Have they just answered the question where anywhere can become combat? We got freaking Ghost Rider. Holy shit, he's got on the roof. Dude, these effects are legit. Okay, we're in the sky now. Okay. He's got a huge ass scythe. Lads. This is looking kind of fire. I'm actually genuinely quite impressed by that. Neverness to Everness gameplay. Zenless Wuthering Grand Theft Auto Wave Zero looks amazing. We can drive cars, count me in. Damn, the upside down wall run. Dude, that got me. That upside down wall run, the way he switched to that character. I'm guessing that's an ability particular to that character. But that looks so cool, the way they just ran up around up the ceiling, up the wall and into the ceiling, and then off the edge of the building. We're getting this game before Project Mugen, for real. That game's gone totally silent now. They're going to have to come out with potentially something now, because this is going to make everybody forget about that game, I feel. We get Neverness to Everness before GTA 6. I think a lot of people are getting... I could be wrong. I don't think that means the game's coming out in September. I think that means we're going to see more, or we're going to get a dev live stream or something. You could drive a car customization. Even the car drift smoke effect is just like Need for Speed Unbound. Let's go. Zenless Zone Wuthering Wave Zero looks really good. I can already see the people who's going to say the potato farm can't handle the game. Yeah, but to be fair, that's a fair assumption. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to struggle to freaking run this on a PC. Let's be serious now. I'm impressed. I am very impressed. All right, that was Neverness to Everness, the new horror gameplay. I guess the follow-on to Tower of Fantasy. Let's just hope that it does just better than Tower of Fantasy. We still have to play Tower of Fantasy to see what all the fuss is about that game and what everybody's problem is with it as well. But we're going to be signing up to this. You can sign up today, guys. Pre-registration is a goal. So if you want to check it out, get pre-registered, and hopefully, potentially, hey, maybe we might see more in September. There'll be a playtest coming up or something. I'm impressed. Character designs looking fire. Environmental design looks great. Driving cars, car customization, count me in. Wall running, I'm here for it. The combat looks decent. I'm loving the effects, the comic book style effects. Dude, this game is looking pretty freaking sick. I am an optimist, of course. We might get it, and it's absolutely trash, but so far, I'm sold on this. Neverness to Everness. Let's go. Let's freaking go, boys. Looks good. I'm actually impressed. Is this is what we just saw? Yeah. So there's that's all we've seen. Holy shit. I'm legit. What the fuck is this? Carpenter Brute music video. Dude, like, I'm actually impressed by that, man. I'm legit impressed. I'm a little bit I'm a little bit speechless because I didn't think it'd look that good. I really didn't. The character design though looks great. Like straight off the bat, coming in with the character design looking awesome. Just saying, boys. Big titty cat girl sold. Add that in with customizing 911s and driving them around. I'm double fucking sold. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Credit cards out. I'm ready. It's looking good, boys. It's looking good. Hey, I think it's a good time to be a gacha fan, isn't it? Like we seem to be out of all the genres of games at the minute. We seem to be the ones getting all the potential bangers coming out. I suppose it's because of how much freaking money they're making. Really, it's ridiculous. Question, sir. Go ahead. How's things anyway? Though, cheese, you all good as well, buddy? I think I did ask you, didn't I? And he says, what did you say? Was he like, no? Oh, is there a special way to pull characters? I've just been pulling from the free banner and all the beginnings gear. So you've got the main banner. So you've got a permanent banner. You've got a permanent weapon banner, at least for now. Then you have your new character banner and a new weapon banner. So the top banner is Jinsei, and then under that is Jinsei's weapon. And then under that is the permanent banner, and then under that's the weapon banner. The standard weapon banner. So the two bottom banners, you can use your blue lustrous tides, I think it is, for the two bottom ones, and then the two top ones, well, the top one is your radiant tides, and for the weapon banner, for Jinsei's weapon, you have to use the weapon pull currency. So if you're trying to pull for characters, pull on the one that's got, I think it's got Jianshin, Encore, and trying to remember who else is on that banner, on the front at least anyway. You're more likely to get a character out of that, but you can get characters out of the bottom weapon banner as well. I have got characters out of that also. It's just that your 80 pulls, you're guaranteed to get the weapon, I think, on that. I'm pretty sure you are anyway, yeah. I think on the weapon, yeah, so you're guaranteed on the weapon on that. Whereas the other one, you're more likely to get a 5-star character on the permanent banner. So if you want a 5-star character, pull the third banner down. You'll start to get some of the radiant ones. You'll start to get them. Check your mail as well, dude. Have you checked your mail in game? Because I don't know what it's like starting the game now, but I'm pretty sure you should have like 10 pulls worth of radiant, and you might even have another free 5-star in there as well, dude. I could be wrong. Obviously, I started the game when it came out. But I don't know if you might have been too late to get that stuff. Yeah, so if you're looking to try and get Changli, you want to save them. That's the currency. Like with the blue ones, it doesn't really matter what you spend them on, you know, whatever floats your boat. But with the gold one, that's where you're like, you know, do I, you know, which character do I want? I'll save them for that character. Yeah, it can be a bit overwhelming at the start, dude. Like I was the same when I first played Genshin. I was pulling on the wrong buttons. Chat was all like, no. You know, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, man. I'm just clicking stuff. I check all the exclamation marks. My monkey brain has been ejaculating all over my skull. Right, dude?
And Jian
Should we watch this video as well? Let's watch this video and then we'll play some games, yeah? Because it's 2:30. We've got like 2 hours left in the stream. And I ain't played any video games yet. We're turning into freaking Asmongold here. Just pressing buttons gets people killed. Alright, let's check this out then. Quite apt, considering Niall's just got Calcharo. Check out this video from Steorg. The sad downfall of Calcharo in Wuthering Waves. Let's see what he's got to say. Obviously with the little bit of the Yinlin nerf, it's affected Calcharo. Well, specifically just affected Calcharo, hasn't it really? So, see what he's got to say.
Yo, today we're gonna talk about the sad downfall of Calcharo, a Wuthering Waves character that was at some
Still gotta say, absolute boss of a character. Love using him. Can still build him to make insane damage as well, in my opinion.
point the most hyped character in the game, and it took him one version to be trashed by the community. And does Calcharo really deserve that? And is the problem in the character?
I'm gonna say no, because dude's sick. It's Dollar Store Sephiroth. It's Sephiroth at home. And I think he's just pretty awesome. And at the minute, he's the only character as well who has got a full-on intro animation, hasn't he? Not just an actual intro. Obviously, everybody's got their intro move, but he's got a full-on intro animation. Has anybody else in the game got that? I don't think they have, do they?
Or in the game systems? Or is the character actually good and people are just trolling? Today I'm going to take you on a journey. I'm gonna
I personally think he's good.
take you back to the start of Calcharo. And the reason why I'm making this video is that one of the viewers sent me a lot of the videos that has been made about Calcharo, a lot of Reddit posts, and the viewer went like, okay, a lot of people are trashing this character and I wanna see your opinion about him. Is he actually bad or not? So I wanna say from the start that I'm here to double down, and I'm only going to be giving facts because I tried my best to do my research and talk to a couple of theory crafters in the game. So let's go back to CBT2 in Wuthering Waves, the second closed beta test.
Didn't play any of the beta tests, so I can't comment on all that. All I will say is, though, I still have loads of fun. I think he's one of the most fun characters to use, in my opinion. I love his movesets. I love his animations. The dude's just a Chad, isn't he, really? And I think he puts out a really good amount of DPS. Obviously, you got Jian, who's the Crane Eater, and you got Jinsei at the minute, who really are the premium, prime, top of the mountain DPSs, really. But I still think he's a great character.
This is where Calcharo started to shine. A lot of people were hyping the character, and it was basically the most hyped character or the most team that was hyped in the game. Calcharo's team was even more powerful than Jian's team, and by a good margin. That's how insane people were saying the character was. Not only that, the character also was very, very fun, and still fun to this day. The reason why the
Agreed. Character's so much fun to use.
character was very powerful, of course with using Yinlin, is the synergy and the mechanic that was crazy good in the beta. So let's say that
He's still really good with it now, in my opinion. I might be missing something here, and we're going to find out, obviously, from the numbers, but I still feel like when you use him with Yinlin, even when you don't, the dude's just a straight-up monster.
Yinlin did buff Calcharo. Now Calcharo doesn't need to go out of the field. So what you can do is something called quick swap. So what you do is swap to the buffer. For example, you want to swap to Verena, make Verena use her ability and come back to Calcharo as fast as possible so Calcharo doesn't disappear from the field. And as long as Calcharo is still on the field, he is still getting the buff. This is the mechanic that makes sense in the game. And with that, you can have more than one buff from one character from different other characters. Well, this doesn't exist anymore since the game came out. This was only in CBT2, because now the mechanic have been changed. If you switch to another character, even if you didn't disappear from the field, the character would be counted as a switched off field character. If you want,
That's a shame, that is, because I think that is a good mechanic to have. It should definitely not even just be if they stay on the field, it should have a small window of time, because then that adds another element of skill, that if somebody's quick enough, they switch over, they get the move and they get straight back into it, it adds that extra level of, like I say, that little bit of level of skill or timing to they squeeze that little bit of extra juice out of it. So I do think that'd be should have stayed, but maybe just tightened up a little bit, because that is a shame.
want to switch to Verena and come back, you will lose the Yilin buff. This is how crazy and bad this thing is. So when I looked at that, I was like, okay, that's kind of bad. I think this is the thing that made Calcharo worse at launch, but there's still more. But I have to mention that this change in the mechanic did upset China a lot, and Chinese players were saying that they should give it back. And the problem is that Wuthering Waves or Kuro Games said that the game wasn't intended to be like that, or it was actually intended to be like it is at launch. So we're not only
Okay, if that is their design philosophy, though, I can't argue with that. But I must admit, I think that sounds like, I never played the closed test, but that sounds like a cool mechanic to me. Especially, like I say, if the window's small and it's almost like the parry, but maybe even tighter. It just like adds an extra element of layer of skill, doesn't it? Of like quick swapping perfectly, you'll get that. If you don't do it perfectly, you won't get it. And maybe even add an extra element to it that like makes it more mechanically based. But obviously, if that wasn't something they meant from the get-go, but at the same time, sometimes developers don't necessarily mean to have something in a game, but it can make a game better, can't it?
we're talking about Calcharo, we're talking about a whole mechanic that is literally gone from the game. And to be fair, I think this mechanic should come back, because if you think about it, this mechanic can give more depth to the gameplay and more skill expression, and even gives the swap back mechanic more purpose. And this makes the skill ceiling of the game even higher.
Because it's a big thing. It's a big thing in this game. Switching is a big thing. Obviously, with your outros, your intros, the way characters buff each other, the synergy, all that sort of stuff. So it seems like, even though obviously it wasn't a design system that they're meant to be in the game, it seems like it lends itself to the way Wooer plays. So like, I agree on that, yeah.
Without touching the skill floor of the game. So it doesn't become harder, it just becomes better. And I think this is a problem in the gameplay in Wuthering Waves as a whole. I will probably make a whole separate video about this mechanic and the mechanics that can be added into Wuthering Waves gameplay. But let's stick to Calcharo. So Calcharo was so affected by this nerf, and the only reason that this probably happened is maybe they wanted Jian to sell even more, and having a character.
That's potentially why. That's a good shout, actually, because of him being a premium banner. That's potentially a good shout. Maybe now that Jian isn't on a premium banner, maybe we'll see it come back. But again, whether the Kuro have been really responsive to points made by the community, haven't they? But obviously, this is if I'm saying it's a fundamental design philosophy from them that it wasn't supposed to be in the game, then maybe it's something that they'll be less likely to change. But I'll give Kuro credit in that regard. They do tend to listen to players. It's whether how many players actually want that or know about it as well, because I didn't even know about that, because obviously I didn't play the closed beta test, so I didn't feel like I've lost anything. But now, knowing that was there, I am kind of bummed that I'm not able to do that now, I must admit, because I think that's a cool little extra element that adds layers to this game. Because that's one thing I love about this game. The combat feels like it's got layers to it. I like Zenless's combat, and it's got a lot more nuance than you give it credit for at the start. It really has. It's a lot more like a fighting game in that sense, in combos and the way that sort of stuff works. But Wooer's combat really does have a lot of nuance to it, and I think adding extra, obviously you don't want to overcomplicate things too much, but always having those little extra nuances, specifically to certain characters as well, and little mechanics, I think they only add to the game. They don't take away from it.
that is stronger than the limited character being in the standard banner with having a selector will cause them to not have good revenue at the start. So this is only speculation, by the way, because it's the only explanation that I found, you know. Now, since Kalcharo was super powerful at the beta, people didn't see his other flaws.
I think as well, though, even in the beta, even in the main game, and maybe a lot of people didn't expect the nerf or that to be taken away in the main game, because apparently I don't think Jian's banner sold that well, did he? Especially compared to other characters, they've sold a lot better. And obviously Chang Li is going to absolutely crush it. Yinlin crushed Jian's banner. Obviously it's a dude, so that's going to be a factor. But with having Kalcharo in the game and potentially a lot of people expecting that mechanic to still be in the game, that might be a factor of why people didn't pull, because you've got one insane DPS already. Why do you need that one? But Jian is incredibly powerful. I think missing out on Jian is a shame for a lot of people because the dude's just ridiculous.
Until he got nerfed, because at launch we discovered a lot of other things, a lot of other problems in Kalcharo itself. We're gonna start with his skill. Kalcharo's skill is basically a skill that does damage and gives you stacks for your forte whenever you hit an enemy with it. You can use it 3 times, and when you get 3 stacks in your forte, you will get the enhanced charge attack to do the most damage. Although this is the first thing that I'm talking about, it already had a lot of problems. The first thing is this ability locks you in an animation. So when you use the second E, you're basically stuck in an animation that you can't even dodge. So if you're playing holograms or against a strong boss or even an elite mob sometimes, this can cause you to lose. And it makes the gameplay with Kalcharo feels a little more clunky, because if you see any other character in the game, you can basically cancel their resonance skill, and this doesn't exist in this character. So this character just punishes you for using an ability. That's not only it. If you miss this ability, you will not get a stack. And we know that a lot of bosses in the game have a lot of mobility, and Kalcharo can
Agree there, but I don't really often tend to find it causing me issues. But at the same time, for more of the harder content, especially now, I have been using Jian and Jinxie a lot more. But I don't ever really feel like that's a major problem for me. Maybe I'm just not good enough, or brain's too small, you know? Or I just, yeah. Well, I can see what he's saying though.
cannot fight
it's
that.
a good point.
He can easily miss his ability, and then you will be in a downtime, and you would have to wait for the whole cooldown so you can use your ability again. So this ability basically locks you in an animation and also is hard to implement. Now moving on to the ultimate, which is arguably one of the best
I don't really feel like it's hard to implement personally, but the points are valid.
looking ultimates in the game. This ultimate also has its fair share of problems. So Kalcharo uses a powerful nuke, then he will use 5 stacks so he can get the powerful charge attack again. To get those 5 stacks, you need to do a full combo, and the full combo does a good amount of damage in the end. Now if you dash or move or do anything else, this combo will be interrupted and you will be going back from the start. You will not lose your stacks, but the combo will start again. So we know that weathering waves in endgame modes at least is not very easy, and the mobs and the bosses have a lot of damage. So if you have to stand still and do 5 whole normal attacks without even moving, this will cause you to lose a lot of HP, and potentially if you're against a boss, most of the time you will die.
I agree. I think though this comes into me with a little extra layer of skill with this game in timing it. Of course, a lot of and it's going to be particular against particular enemies as well. Of course, certain characters are going to be better against other enemies. But I think using it at the right time when you've got an enemy stunned after a major attack, when they kind of have that little settle before they go into a next one, is the perfect window to use it in that case. But I agree, it does make him lesser, but it doesn't mean that you still can't get those abilities out, like I say again, with his skill as well. But these are all really valid points, these are.
And because of that, you don't want that, so you will do a perfect dodge. And whenever you do it, you will lose the whole combo.
Yeah.
Now, some people might say that you can swap back on the 4th auto attack when he keeps slashing and use your other character so you don't be affected, then you go back to him. Now we go back to the first problem, because you're gonna lose the Yinlin buff. That's why it wasn't a big problem before, but now you cannot switch to another character. You have to be stuck with him or you're gonna lose the whole buff. Now the other problem is that the character is
That is a good point though, because it does make it a lot more specific then, doesn't it? As I said, I'm fine with the game having more specific situations for certain characters and certain moves, because I think that just adds to the game. But I do agree there that losing that now does make it so that it becomes even more specific, which for a lot of people, it is going to make him lesser. Personally, for me, though, I still think the dude's an absolute giga chad.
Is very dependent
And I love
on
using him.
Yinlin. If you
He's
use
so fun to use.
Kalcharo without Yinlin and use another sub DPS with him, the value of his team will go down. Like, if you compare this to Jian, if you compare this to Jinxie, they all have 4-star options and even
I agree with that. Yeah, Jian has a little bit more variables in sub DPS and buffers. Yeah, I feel if you're not using Yinlin, dude does lose quite a bit of his potency. Yeah, that's a fact.
more than one
That doesn't mean that we're not going to get something in the future that makes that a thing, you know? We're still early game and we don't have that much characters. There's always going to be that imbalance at the moment because we don't have the characters. Hopefully, they can make Kalcharo better in the future, because this is what I was talking about in the power creep video in regards to the... I don't see power creep in the game yet, but if you are going to bring characters in that do start to level up in those regards, if you have them work really well with older characters and synergize well with them, you can lift those characters up. And then if you add new characters in that buff other characters in a way that they're not necessarily better on the base, but with these new characters, they get lifted up as well. So there's definitely the realm for another character to come in who partners even better with Kalcharo than Yinlin does and offers all of these specifics that we're talking about in this video and makes him a little bit better, or even something new that's just like, okay, don't even care about that shit anymore. We've got this now. This team's insane. So, you know, hopefully, anyway, this is all the things that I'm hoping that Kuro are looking at and going, okay, all right, we're not going to go back to that because this is the design philosophy that we've got. But what we're going to do, we've got something even better for you waiting in the future. Just wait. But obviously, there's going to be some people who are like, well, I don't want to. But at the same time, you know, let's see.
4-star options, whereas Kalcharo needs Yinlin, and Yinlin is so contested between other teams. Since she's one of the best characters in the game, you want to use her with Gen C to get a very powerful team, for example. And a lot of other future teams and current teams can use Yinlin, and she's going to be good in it. So this is another factor. So now if you...
Again, this is where I say, potentially, maybe another character will come, and hopefully will come, that just makes Kalcharo better, and is well, not specifically designed for Kalcharo, but it's got elements in mind that are really forged towards making Kalcharo a better character. We haven't even seen who Kalcharo is yet anyway, so that sort of stuff might come with the story, you know? Like, Kalcharo's just some random dude at the moment. Like, we're going to get to a point, hopefully, in the game where we get fleshed out who the hell he is, because he's a badass, and I want to see that. So... you know, hopefully we see some character that's part of his story, part of his arc, that helps him become an even better character.
To look at it, the problem isn't really in Kalcharo's damage, but it's more in his kit and the mechanics of the game that works against him. Because now, if you compare him to another character like Onkor, which is also another character from the standard banner, there's like a 15% damage difference with an easier way to implement the damage. And if you want to get the whole value from Kalcharo, you would probably need to play against target dummies, because they don't do damage, you won't need to swap back or do anything. That's basically how you get the full value of the character. So the systems of the game are against the character. His abilities are...
Can't really argue with any of those points. They are fair points.
Against him. The mobs, the bosses, and the modes are also against Kalcharo. So, of course, this character will lose a lot of value. Some of these problems can be shared with other characters, but most of them are only unique to Kalcharo. So now I have two questions. Can Kalcharo, with all of these problems, do a lot of good damage? And
Yeah, I think so.
how can we fix the character? So the first thing that I want to say, yes, Kalcharo is not the best character to use in the game, but you can put him in, for example, the A tier, because
Yeah,
Kalcharo
I
is
agree.
not a horrible character.
My opinion, S tier. We might do this one of the days. That's a ranking. S tier for me, Jian, Yinlin, and Jinxie. And I'd probably put Verena up there because just at the moment, she's just the best healer and supporting that role. There's just nobody else that compares with her. Baiji's just a worse version of Verena. So I'd put those up there. But I'd definitely put him in A tier. And I'll give him almost, you know, almost touching the ceiling of A tier because he's just cool.
Because of how much damage he has. Although he's pushed by the systems, he still can do a good amount of damage, a considerable amount of damage,
Yeah,
and he's
really
still
good
a
damage,
good
in
character
fact.
to start with. Is he an
Yeah.
S tier character? Not anymore. And even Dungeon at S.
But in my opinion, if we come with somebody who's a great, well, this is obviously conjecture and can happen for any character. You might bring out a character that can make a 4-star, absolutely freaking top S tier. But I think I hope that's what Kuro have got in mind. Somebody who's going to potentially make Calcharo great again, to use the term.
Zero can be better than Calcharo and has more variety of teams.
Yeah, but Danjin's insane though anyway. She's ridiculous for a 4-star. Like, if you can get her copies as well, she's basically a 5-star.
So as a value as a whole, not only about the damage, a 4-star can outclass this character, okay?
The thing is though with Danjin though, which a lot of people probably won't get the value out of her though, she's a high skill character because she's an absolute glass cannon, because you have to drain your own HP to get all of that. And it's really a risky character to play with, in my opinion. You know, if you're not on point with your dodges, Danjin can get wiped so quick. Well, any character can get wiped so quick in this game when you're playing the higher level stuff, because she drains a lot of her own HP to get that. It just makes her such a glass cannon, an insane glass cannon. But of course, that then comes with a higher skill tier in terms of what you need to be doing in your gameplay.
Okay, I know that Danjin is like an exception. She's a very good 4-star, but we're talking only at S0 here. Now, how can we fix Calcharo? There are two ways to fix the character. Either fix the game and get back the swap back mechanic and make it as good as it was. This is the best thing that they can do. The whole game will be better, not only Calcharo. Or you can make Calcharo get...
I agree with that. Like, I would like to see that mechanic come back, to be fair. As somebody who never tried it, I'd like to see it come back. But I also think... I just think maybe bringing it, because of course we're going to obviously see characters that are going to really good supports that are going to change the meta in the future. Because DPS obviously are a big thing. You're going out and hitting people with. But supports are the people that really change the meta, aren't they? Because they turn a character in from being great to god tier and can not only affect one character but multiple teams, can't they? You know, like I say, Verena is the GOAT of this game. If you're not running Verena in your team, really, especially as you get to higher tier content, you're missing something. She's top tier, and at the moment nobody competes with her in that role. Whereas, like, obviously with Jian, you've got Jinsei as well. You've got Calcharo, probably not so much now. You've got Danjin kind of in that role. Suppose you could even put have a Grover into that role. You know, even Sheer at a lower level. But nobody does Verena's role like Verena.
Get more stacks from his ability easier. For example, you can get his stacks faster with his ability, maybe 2 stacks, or you can get stacks from perfect dodging. If you perfect dodge, you get a stack. Because again, the problem isn't the character in terms of damage, the problem is the kit of the character and how it works with the systems of the game. It's like not from this game. Now, of course, these are the facts. If you want me to talk about my biased opinion, I still think that the character is one of the best characters and one of the most fun characters when you can use him. And that was the downfall of Calcharo. Thank you for watching. We're close to 20k subs now, so don't forget to subscribe. Anyway, that was the video. Bye bye.
Still makes some great content, actually. He really does make really good content. I agree with most of what he said in that video there. Obviously, I never played the closed beta, so I can't agree in how different it feels. But I do agree with a lot of what he's talking about mechanically in the game and how, you know, it negatively affects him specifically. And those mechanics coming back probably would improve the game in general. But even if they don't, I just believe future characters can fix Calcharo. Obviously, that's a thing that's going to take time later on, and a lot of people won't be happy with that. But I think a lot of characters are just going to get better off new characters coming out. That's the way these kind of games work, because of the synergy systems and characters buffing other characters and how the swap system works in this game. That's just inevitably going to be a thing. But a great video, actually. I agree. I think Calcharo is a high-level A-tier character. He's insanely fun to use. He can still pull out ridiculous amount of damage. He's got a badass intro animation. I personally don't find myself struggling with those mechanics so much, but I do understand what he's saying, and it does happen. And the kind of takeaway from how it feels like he should be played, if that makes sense. But obviously that's a design philosophy they're going with. Maybe a lot of that can be negated with the future character. We don't know what they've got coming. Maybe that's the grand plan. You know, there's some character that's coming in the future that's going to fix these elements and kind of bring them in like, you know, by proxy, in like kind of like a secondary way, potentially, maybe. But then will that support be too powerful? Will they be the meta support then? I don't know. Be interesting to see. A great video from Seorg. You should definitely check him out. The sad downfall of Calcharo. He's still a Giga Chad though, guys. He's still a Giga Chad, boys. So as you get a little bit deeper into the story now, you'll get to a point where with Rover, because she's spectral at the minute, she does spectral damage, and a kit's all designed around that. You'll get to a point where I forgot what happens now, what it's called, but you can switch her. So you can switch her from being spectral into Havoc. So she, you know, Danjin, she does the same sort of damage as Danjin, and if used with Danjin, she's actually they really complement each other really nicely. Obviously, that means like really you need to build double echo kits for Rover as well, one for the spectral Rover and one for the Havoc. You'll probably get her. As you do pulls, you'll get most of the 4 stars. It'll happen. Because of the permanent banner, just the fact of the permanent banner, most of them are in there. So just as you play the game and you get your lustrous tides, you'll pick up most of them. And certain banners as well that come out. New banners, say the Shang-Li banner comes out, like you'll have particular characters that have got a rate up. You're more likely to get them as a 4-star, and that's what happened to me this time because I think Danjin's in the rate up. So I pulled Danjin like another 3 or 4 times since. So I've got like Danjin at like C4, I think. Boom, boom. We're back to see me girls, man. Me big titty receptionist. Excuse me. Yeah, that was a great video from Seorg, actually. I like that.
Ready and waiting.
Okay, so we've got everybody at level 30 at the moment, apart from
It's our
Anton.
turn, bro.
Do we level Anton up, or do we concentrate on maybe... I think
Starlight,
I need
it's time to
sort
shine.
his skills out. Yeah, we may...
Have 2 guns, so double the accuracy.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say as well, we pulled Ellen.
Time for
Off
some
stream.
self-care.
I pulled Ellen. So we got the shotgun there, boys. She's supposed to have really good damage, yeah. Actually, how are we at with us? Yeah, we need to get her skills leveled up. That's who we want to do. Right then, let's go do this then. Let's get some skill mats for Ellen. Let's do it. Let's go. Yeah, dude, for real, man. That's how they get ya. That's how they get you, dudes.
Watch out. Zenless. Just leave it to me. Get away from me. Roger that. This won't hurt. Preparing takedown. Blazing flame. Okay. Nicole, take a break.
Hook that up, boys.
Just one strike. Standing by. Copy that. Copy that. Flame. Obey me! Target confirmed. Go. Maintain fire!
We all made millions of dollars off that FOMO.
Ready. Copy that. Evade now. Proceeding as ordered.
But I get it. It takes a little bit of time for me to get my mind right for the combat in this game. Because it is totally a switch up, obviously, because it's action orientated. I kind of think just there I'm playing Wobbly Waves, but it's totally different, man. It's really, you play it more like a beat 'em up game. That's it. They will, because these games do. But it'll be like sparingly, because otherwise, if people know that, oh, I can just miss this banner, it'll be back in a month or two or a couple of weeks, you know, they'll be like, well, I'm just gonna skip it then. Where they want you to be like, you know, they want you to just get just enough to dabble in every single one, you know what I mean?
Watch
Maybe I missed that.
Fall back. Roger. Thunder. What's Roger that. Just one strike. This won't hurt. Proceeding as ordered. Preparing takedown.
I need to swap in my banger as well. I actually got my first S tier bang move. Dude, I'm missing so many of these on the way.
At your command. Okay, copy that. Prepare to burn! Target spotted. It's over. See? Proceeding as ordered. Electric charge. Thunder. Target spotted. Neat and tight counter. Ignite. Roger. This won't hurt.
Nice freeze frame there. Nice freeze frame, boys. Let's go. Nah, you'll be able to pull. You'll be able to get majority. That's the thing with Wuthering Waves, anyway. It's I've watched enough people play free, and what I've spent money on in the game anyway, I didn't even need to really. I've watched people totally free to play, like get insane accounts on Wuthering Waves, and like obviously you can get decent accounts on most of the games depending on what you do. You're always going to miss out on summits if you're totally free to play, because when you lose your 50-50s and stuff. But yeah, man, there's loads of people, you'll see them streaming on Twitch, totally free to play accounts, and they've got insane fucking accounts. Obviously they're designed in a way that, you know, you're always going to get that little bit extra, or a bit extra depending on how much you spend. Obviously if you want everything maxed out, the main reason where I've found that you tend to lose out when you're free to play is, like, you've got this cinema system in this, is getting copies of characters, basically. That's where you see people in Wales. They'll have shit tons of copies of characters, so their characters are just inherently better. Unless they're bricking by building them really bad. What's a 50-50? So, say, you know, the Jinsey banner that's up at the mini, she's the main character, like, that's who if you're pulling on the Jinsey banner, you're trying to get Jinsey basically, aren't you? But what'll happen is you get a 50-50 chance to get Jinsey. You might get somebody else, one of the other 5 stars. So if you lose your 50-50, you won't get Jinsey, you'll get another character instead. But what'll happen is, if you do lose that 50-50, you're guaranteed on the next one. So whoever's the main character on the banner, whether you carry on pulling for Jinsey because you've got enough pulls, you're guaranteed to get it next time, or whoever's on the next banner. You know what I mean?
Don't look. Touch my tail, and no.
And no. And now. Not really. Your hard pity's just how many pulls it is till you get to that potential 50-50 or 5-star. The 50-50 is just an extra element of gambling of like, you know, the way I describe the pity is, I don't know, say every time you pull, hard pity at 80 pulls, a dealer's going to come through with a 20 bag of weed, right? You might get it a little bit earlier, which is soft pity, or you might just get it super early at freaking 10, you know? And be lucky. You're like, fuck, man, I only threw 10 pulls in, and this dude turned up with a bag of cheese, buzzing. But the 50-50 is, he might come through with a bag of cheese, and it's really good shit, or he might come through with a bag of garbage, and you're like, oh, fucking didn't want that, but it's like, well, yeah, that's what you get, you know? Yeah, that's a good one for a first targeted pull, in my opinion. But that's different. Your other pulls won't be like that. You know what I mean? That one's like you targeted towards Calcio. Your other ones will be like when I pulled for Jinsey, I think I lost my 50-50 and I got, instead of Jinsey coming out, I got Encore, and then I got Jinsey after about another 30 pulls. So I went to pretty much hard pity to get Encore. And then I didn't even hit soft pity to get Jinsey, basically. Like, I lost a 50-50, but then got her because I was guaranteed to get her next because I'd lost the 50-50.
Time for some Joker.
Yeah, Caltaro's sick, man. I like Caltaro. Alright, actually, let's pop in here a second. Let me have a look at my,
Have you hit a roadblock?
Here we go, it's our first S, yeah. Should we level him up? Oh. Okay, so he's good to roll with Ellen and that other chick, yeah, because they're the Victoria housekeeping company, aren't they?
Is that it? Come back next time, you hear?
Yeah, I'll show you on here. So it's pretty much the same thing on here. So this is your Jinsey banner. Imagine we're on Wuthering Waves. This is your Jinsey weapon banner. This is your permanent banner, and then this is the weapon banner at the bottom. So if you want to get Jinsey, you're pulling on this banner. If you're looking at more trying to get a 5-star weapon, you're pulling on one of these two banners. Obviously, it's different in this, like, you know, but just using the fact that there's 4 banners. There's 4 banners in Wuthering Waves as well. And then if you just like, I'm just pulling for characters in general, and it's a different currency because you get more of this currency, you just pull on this. This is separate, really. You just pull on this when you've got currency because it's going to stay the same, you know? So you just pull on this whenever you get currency to build up your roster, basically. So like this one, you just pull on it whenever, because this will just build up your roster in general. Then this is the exclusive, the banner of the month, let's say, like, you know what I mean? And that's if you want to get a particular character. You will find as well that the 50-50 that you might fail, i.e., I'll show you here, the other, see the S rank agents in this are Ellen, which is the main character on the banner. Then you got Nico, Soldier, Grace, Lyocon, and Khalida and Rena. And if you're looking here, obviously it'll probably be similar because of Now in this you've got Nico, Soldier, Kalida, Rena, Grace, and Lyocon, which I think it's exactly the same, isn't it? Which won't always be the case. So you might be wanting to try and get it, even if you lose a 50-50, you might be, you know what, I'm going to pull heavy on this banner because there's another character I want to try and get as well. But it all just depends on who you want out the banner, really. Like I say, if you want Chang Li, you ain't going to be pulling on the Jinxie banner. You're just going to pull on the next banner because these ones are more premium currency. You see how this one, it's the same as in Wuthering Waves. This is basically a gold lustrous, your radiant tides. And these are basically your lustrous tides. Lustrous tides are easier to come by, so you just spend them whenever you want. Because it's a permanent banner, so nothing's going to change. This is always going to change, so it's all dependent on who you want, really, this banner, and when you spend it, you know? If I was you personally now, you probably could get Jinxie, but I'd probably just wait for the next banner, because you'll be able to stack up enough then that you're going to be more likely to get Chang Li in the next banner. Speaking of, I don't actually, do I want to pull on here? I don't know. I might just wait, actually, for the next banner. We'll pull on here, though. We've got 10 pulls. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Because you can only use the lustrous on the permanent banner anyway. Or the weapon banner at the bottom. Because the weapon banner for the new banner has a separate currency. So you'll get Radiance as you just go through the story. If you look in your guidebook as well, I think you get something like for certain levels in the data bank as well, I think. Just as you level up and play through the game, you'll get them. Ooh. Oh. Oh. What we got here, boys? Give me Kalida or that Lycan wolf dog dude.
Leave it to me. It's a leader's duty to
Actually,
be on the front
no.
lines.
Have we? I can't remember. Did we get Kalida already? I don't think we did we? Didn't we? I forgot now. Let's go, boys. Just what we needed. Just what we need. Oh, yeah. All buy them, yeah. You will be able to, if you go into the store as well, you can use your coral that you get, which you get from pools, and I think there's a temporary one for the Terror Adversity, and you can actually buy them in-game without actually spending cash.
Awaiting further instructions. You want to test my hammer?
Boys, that's what I'm talking about. So
Hey,
now
don't look down on me.
we have a 3 full fire team. We've got 2 physicals. We've got 2 ice. Yeah, man. And we've got 2 shocks as well. So we should be able to do a lot better on the end game stuff now, actually.
1, 2, yes, all accounted for.
Jesus Christ, Rena's so stacked.
I only handle technical.
I'm at
You
your...
want to get Grace as well.
The lunch is at. You want to test my hammer?
So she's still wants a good engine for her then. For every 10 energy accumulated, the equipment's impact is increased by 2%, stacking up to 8 times. After energy is consumed, this bonus remains for 8 more seconds. The duration of each stack is calculated separately. Let's stick that on for her then. Got no disk drive spare at the moment, have we? Okay. Oh shit, look at that. That's like a bowl of fucking food. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Hey, don't look down on me.
Damn. Use some batteries to get some stuff.
You want to test my hammer?
You should have heard Marie's at our stupid gacha game. It's called Gacha, you tard. Capture game. It's not attached to my credit card, is it? No, and if there's any unplanned spending, we've definitely been, you know, been hacked. Definitely not me. Just if you see anything coming up from Kuro Games, that's got nothing to do with this. Should we bring Ellen in? I can't want to bring Ellen in.
Awaiting further instructions.
Yeah.
Time for some childcare.
Yeah.
What a bother.
Thunder! The boss is here.
Okay.
Sick. Behave.
Electric charge.
I need to learn how to use her, actually. I don't know her,
This will be trouble.
I don't know any combos, but I know she's doing a decent amount of damage, though.
Moving up. Fine.
Target confirmed. Go. Don't mess up my nails. What a pain.
This won't hurt. Nah.
Good riddance.
Sick. I thought you're safe.
That attack's not cool, bro.
At your service. Get back.
Thunder.
I'm scissors, you're paper.
Oh, I wanted to use the ult.
Awaiting further instruction. Hey, don't look down on me.
Don't look down on me. I quite like her voice. Oh, we need yeah, we're not gonna be able to max her out today, that's for sure. Well, max her out to where we are today anyway. So just do what we can with her. Yeah, bro, I'm the same, man. It's fair though, I've been good recently. I've been good recently. I have you know, because there's a couple of bags in
Ready and
PayPal
waiting.
as well. And
You
want to
test my hammer?
Very good. Yeah, that's the one I want, yeah. Okay. Right, I just... Bitch.
Nothing to fear. The cunning hairs are here. So Kaku, ready! Is it work time? Is food included?
Oh, fuck, I didn't bring him on the bang boo. Okay, Wuthering Waves before he's in fully white. Hey, let's go. That's when you know him enjoying a game. It's like straight away, he's like, oh, go on, stand a little bit now. Still a little bit. a little dabble for a little while. She's insane.
Roger.
Yeah, I like Ellen. She's good. My daddy done before I started drinking my coffee. Yeah, me and Rosie chilled last night, but I was like, oh, fuck. I was on this, actually. I was like, we got back. We went out for some food. Went to get some shopping done as well. Got some new clothes in. And I was like, she was like, you coming up? And I was like, yeah, just give me 10 minutes. I gotta go and do my dailies on Zenless.
Ready and waiting.
So, I'll
Is
see you
it
there,
work
man.
time? Is food included? Hey, don't look down on me.
Don't look down on me. We can get it promoted. We can't get it to 30. We can't do our skills. But we're there. So tomorrow we can take a little.
You want to
dent
test
at
my
that.
hammer?
No, at least we got a stun now for some of the Hollow Zero stuff. So that's good. All right, let's carry on with some stuff then, man. Man, it's 3:15 already. Holy shit! We shouldn't have spent an hour watching videos. Gotta farm the content though, ain't you? You know what I mean? Do you wipe all crusts? What do you mean, wipe your arse or let it get crusty? Just air it out, bro, you know, let the birds peck it off.
Ah, hello there. How about a Tin Master special for a little pick-me-up? Whenever you feel lost, you can always come back here for a cup of coffee.
Let me do one more run for Mats then.
Awaiting further instructions. Ready and waiting. Hey, don't look down on me!
Yeah, let's go for base Mats, yeah. Fading signal exchange. What the fuck's that? Oh, sure. You crush to save money, use your hand in the shower. You know, times are hard, man. Times are hard. Gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
Standing by.
We're running to
Is it work time?
DPS there, aren't we?
I'm sorry.
No support? Yeah, fuck it, let's go. Make it real with the ladies. Oh, dude, nowadays, man, you don't know. You see Wingsy's chat called him that he'd been looking at BBC She-Mad Horn.
Copy that.
He couldn't even make an excuse either as well that it was just what's it, because It was 5 pages deep in that shit. Fair though, he held up to it. Trying to say he didn't yank it to it though. He's like, yeah, alright, bro.
Awaiting further Hey, don't look down on me!
Oh.
You want to test my hammer?
With straps. Oh, mate. What you got for me, boys? What you got for me? A little bit of a...
Awaiting further instruction. Hey, don't look down on me!
Keep chipping away at it. Slowly. Keep chipping away. Alright.
You want to test my hammer?
General Chop at your service. What can I get for you today?
Yeah. I'm country, I don't know how to use your shell crates, I've got no idea. Therefore, it just says universal currency. So yeah, they're basically for buying stuff in game. Like, you can go to, like, places called Shifang Pharmacy and the, oh, it's called now. A souvenir shop. And you can actually buy some, you know, some mats in there, freaking, you can even buy some, whatchamacallits in there, some lustrous radiant tides as well. You're only allowed to buy a select amount each month, but, you know, other way to get some extra pulls. What am I doing here? See what Cleaner is doing, okay. Basically in-game currency, really. Actual proper in-game currency this for buying stuff in the world.
We might have had some trouble along the way, but we've recovered all 3 machines. And with that, all the commissions Belobog assigned you have been completed. We were able to get out of that tough spot, thanks to you. Thanks again for your help, Phaethon. Grace is analyzing the machines right now. With her skills, she should be able to find the reason that... what? You got something to say?
Paul Driver just mentioned the name Course.
There's something on my mind. When the pile driver mentioned the name Horse, you made such a weird face.
Oh, would you look at the time? President, if we don't go deal with that commission fee from his proxy now, we won't be able to transfer the money tomorrow.
Ben, don't worry. It's okay. If we don't tell them, the proxy could just look it up online. Besides, they helped us and they're trustworthy. We don't have to avoid it. Proxy, you saw Anton on that show before, right? Did the host mention years ago there was a scandal involving Belobog's president who disappeared with a bunch of money?
There is some enemies around the world that are like London 20 and shit, man, and they'll slap you with
Horse Belobog. So, yes, he was my father. The night before the old capital fell...
Yeah, that's why you got fucked, bro.
A large sum of money suddenly disappeared from Belobog's accounts, and the old man went missing. PubSec investigated and said the financial burden of Belobog, coupled with the possibility the memorial square we were building at the time might not be completed on schedule, caused Horse to embezzle the public funds and run. Belobog Industries had an extremely hard time because of one old man's irresponsible behavior. But we're back on our feet now.
Yeah, bro. First time I fought one of the spearback bears. It was like 120. Fucking just one hit, knocked out, switched to character. One hit, knocked out. I was like, oh shit, run.
Seems like I brought up some bad memories.
That's fine. I stopped thinking of Horse Belobog as my father a long time ago. The Belobog of today has nothing to do with that selfish piece of trash.
Koleda, how could you talk about your own father?
You know
like
he's
that?
going to be introduced at some point, isn't he? Then
a
a dad.
large sum of money was missing from the company's books, but no one can prove it was
Well,
Uncle
then she
Horse who
seen
took it.
walk off with a bag of money.
The investigation results and the claims he absconded with the money were all just pub-sec speculation. I know all the bad press brought about by public security and losing your father hurt you. But you shouldn't resent your own
Jesus
father like
Christ,
that.
Grace, man.
You were too young to spend much time with him before he went
They are
missing.
ridiculous.
To us, you don't know how wonderful you...
You're the one who doesn't know anything!
I think we're getting further away from just explaining to Ms. Proxy who Horse was.
And Grace, weren't you and Anton working on those 3 machines? What are you doing here?
Come to show us their boobies.
I came over to tell you I found a clue as to why they ran off.
Oh, really? Great!
After examining their logic cores, I found they'd all picked up the same signal from deep within a hollow before wandering off. The signal's identification code format is the same we use in the company. When decoded, the text reads, BLG prototype. That's right, Koleda. Unbelievable as it sounds, the signal seems to be coming from the original prototype.
The prototype? What's that?
It was the first smart machinery made before the former president went missing. Our production line was somewhat outdated at the time, so we couldn't complete manufacturing independently. Apart from the core parts, everything else was outsourced to another manufacturer and produced according to our blueprint. Unfortunately, the old capital fell before the final delivery payment was made, even though the machine was completed. The manufacturer was swallowed by the hollow and lost forever, along with the prototype.
But it looks like the prototype is out there somewhere and maintains some level of
Calling
functionality.
to the new
You
ones.
may not like what I'm about to say, Sweet Pea. I know you don't want to drag up the past, but that prototype is still company property. That prototype logic core has a lot of value. So what are you gonna do? Go get it back? Or pretend it doesn't exist?
Calm down, guys. There's no need to jump to conclusions today. Even the most durable components can experience mechanical fatigue. Not to mention, we're all human. After running around in the hollow for so long, both our bodies and minds need relaxation.
Anton's right. It's getting late. You must be tired. Miss Proxy, please go back and rest for today.
If we decide to head into the hollow to look for the prototype, we'll be sure to contact you for assistance.
Turn into an echo hound. Discuss the current situation with Wise. I love Belle's running animation, I do. I think she's just cute, like. I can imagine her driving though, where she's dangerous on the roads. Trendy action comedy. Yesterday's traffic, 566. Okay. Come on, man. Documentary, retro, and suspense. Add that. Like that. Hey, we got a documentary now. Every penny counts. Alright, dickhead. It wasn't easy helping Belobog find those 3 missing machines, and now it's led to this issue with the prototype. Dude, you need to fall. And it turns out the accident at Belobog also happened back during the fall of the old capital. Fall of the old capital changed so many things. Yeah, the chaos back then buried so many secrets, the thing we're trying to look into, as well as the truth behind Khalida's dad's disappearance. I understand Khalida wants to leave the past behind, but I wonder, can people really completely cut themselves off from the past? Oh, so you're going to decide whether she needs to know. Alright then, bro. Okay. Anyway, if Belobog Industries decides to go into the Hellos to retrieve the prototype, I'd like to take their commission. What do you think, Bell? If that's what you think, I agree. Then let's wait for Khalida to tell us more. It shouldn't be long now. Yeah, is that a bad thing? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not even reading that. Whatever. To try and give it a discount next time. Yeah. Cool. No. Okay. Get some rest in the bedroom. Scared to sleep then. Yeah, Gracie's incredibly stacked, bro. It's like, Jesus Christ. Time to sleep. I wonder how things at Belobog Heavy Industries are going. Let's check in with Wise and see if there are any updates. Bell, you here? What's wrong? Any updates on Belobog Heavy Industries? You're about to enter immersive storytelling. You cannot complete missions of other types while you're in this mode. Continue. Actually, I was just about to look for you. Anton asked me for your Knock Knock account. I think he's got a commission for you. Dude, that's kind of a cool name for a social media, actually, isn't it? Knock Knock. Like, I legit think that works, you know. I think, you know, you've got a knock knock. You know, when you get a notification, it's like, boop, boop. No, that's the way. I think I heard the notification on your phone. Could it be him? Hey, Faithan, it's me. This avatar could this be Anton? Ah, that's right, it's me. This is my personal account. I'm contacting you today to tell you our president has finally made up her mind to go look for the prototype. You'll take on the commission, right? Of course. Ah, great. I knew you guys would be down. Did Khalida and Grace make up? This time it involves Mr. Core, so things got real. But don't worry, they've been through thick and thin together. They'll definitely manage. What do you think of him, Anton? Me? Mr. Core's horse is my patron, and I don't believe he'd do something like running off with a bunch of money. That's my answer. A real bro sometimes has to choose a path of being misunderstood. But we've gotten off track. In any case, we want to talk to you about finding the prototype. If it's okay, could you please come and visit us in the morning? Of course. Okay, thanks. Oh, thanks. Anderson said he'd like to meet you tomorrow morning at the construction site to discuss the prototype rights. Looks like Belobog Industries has finally decided to get it back. I'll head out tomorrow. I'm counting on you. The Hollow is a dangerous place with all its constant changes. Better get it back before something unexpected happens. Yeah, dude, I hate the name X, man. I still can't get out. Shit's still Twitter to me. I know a lot of people have started, like, you know, calling it X now, because I know that's what it is, and eventually it will take over. It just Twitter just sounds so much better. Knock Knock sounds way better than X. I'll message you on Knock Knock. Ready to dive, Bell? Stay safe out there. I've got your back. Did you say drive? Did I misread that? Probably did, you? Considering in the car. Dude, I'm really looking forward to that fucking Neverness to Everness. That game looks kind of fire, man. We actually get more in September as well. Not too far to not too long to wait to see more.
Decided to officially start the search for the prototype.
I'm glad you made a decision.
I'm glad you made up your mind. Bet it wasn't easy.
Yes. The prototype carries important company technology. As president, I can't just leave it out there. As for finding the prototype, Grace is the expert. Sorry, but I have other things to deal with today. So, you can talk to her about it.
President, wait.
Kaleda walked away with her head hung low. There's still a bit of a grudge between her and Grace.
Don't worry, Ben. The president isn't the kind of person to change her mind after making a decision.
Yes, and that's enough for Sweet Pea. I'll find a way to deal with the rest of it.
Okay, then.
Let's begin, Proxy. We'll start with the incident involving the lost smart machines. After carrying out a careful inspection, I found their logic cores were functioning properly and showed no signs of being corrupted by ether. They changed because they were receiving signals from the prototype. I'll skip the details, but the gist is the operating power of their logic cores has been improved. That is to say, the children became smarter by communicating with the prototype.
Interesting.
But of the three, only the pile driver, Friday, received a clear instruction. He was the one yelling about having to reinforce the seal as soon as possible.
Okay.
What is reinforce the seal supposed to mean? Wasn't that just part of his over-the-top delusions?
Unfortunately, the little one hasn't been able to explain things clearly. But from what I gather, the prototype wanted the other machines to rush to its side. I studied the data the prototype sent them. The pile driver was the first to receive it, and it got the most data. The other two children received much less information, and the content also appeared sporadically. Also, none of our other smart machines received any communications from the prototype after these first three children went missing.
So the prototype's communication module is likely incapable of actively contacting other devices anymore.
Exactly. Kaleda likely realizes that, and probably regrets not making a decision sooner. But she shouldn't blame herself so quickly. Proxy, our smart machines automatically send a single byte confirmation signal when the communication module receives a message. It's a simple feature and is likely still functional.
Grace's titties.
If that's the case, we can have each of the three children contact the prototype and triangulate its location based on the signal it sends back. Time is of the essence, Proxy. When we're in the Hollow, we'll leave the navigation and target location analysis to you.
Okay, do we need to go back to investigation, trace source, Old Town District, target, find the prototype? Yeah. I think it, as well, it's some sort of like a direction issue. As if she was being directed by a different group of people as well, like almost like she wasn't party to what was kind of going on, if that makes sense, like. Because like actually her voice sounds fine and she sounds like she's capable of doing this. It's just that they just didn't get it. I don't know, you know. Obviously, it's a skill voice acting, but I think as well at the same point, you know, it's about like how a director tells people like, right, I need you to be in this. This is what's happening. I need you to do this kind of thing, like. Hold on, back in a sec, just making up a tea. The little wankers had a flipping bath, man. Just in his water, flinging it everywhere. Just looking at, he just looks at me, just water dripping off his beak. It's like, you little shit. Yeah, I agree now. And I think that was a factor. I mean, that's a factor with quite a few of the watches, but it just seems to be more apparent with her, like. Yeah. Right then, trace to the source. No, we're gonna use our team, and I am going to use Wata.
Standing by.
Let's
Await. Ready for combat. Is it touch
we're
me
gonna use Grace. I think we want to stun, really, don't we? So yeah, we'll use Amber.
Standing by.
And we'll use Sukaku.
Sokaku, ready!
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's hurry! I want to be back by dinner!
Let's go. Yeah, dude, she is. Super freaking cute. Saying that though, Belly's in this as well.
Hello? Belle. Everyone with Belobog, can you hear me? You're now in the Hollow, somewhere near the border between New Eridu and the Old Capital. Before we get started, let me remind you all, the upcoming metro renovation project also goes through this area, and public security has yet to approve anybody for entry.
I never thought we'd end up back here.
You've been here before?
This was a thriving new development area before the fall of the old capital. The government and Tops invested huge sums of money in construction. Even Belobog was working on a big project in the area. But that's not important. We should start looking for the prototype.
Right. Then let me explain the plan. First, we'll send the pile driver, boring machine, and heavy-duty grappler to 3 fixed points in the Hollow. Once they're all in place, Grace will turn on the signal transmission function, so each of the 3 machines receives the return signal from the prototype as a repeater. As repeaters, the strength of the signals forwarded by the 3 machines will be different. Then we'll just have to look for a good location to decode the signal and find the exact coordinates of the prototype. In addition, communication between us and the prototype mustn't be interrupted until we finish decoding the signal.
I'm so happy Rosie's off work Thursday and Friday.
Belle, the location where Grace and the pile driver are headed to is nearby. I'll take them there. You just need to join the others and deliver the other 2 machines to their designated places.
Okay,
let's find the prototype using these 3 machines. Grace, take the pile driver. Leave the other 2 to us.
Master, the
and I
path
would like to
ahead
pile
is
drive
blocked
Grace.
by... Understood.
Consign any obstacle to its deadly demise, as you command.
Yeah, she booked it off because it's my birthday Thursday, innit? So she booked Thursday and Friday off, so.
Can you hear me, Proxy?
Might skip the gym Thursday, have a lie-in. She said she'll go down to the calf and we'll have a greasy calf breakfast.
I need your help gathering all the kids
Stream
at the
some
right place.
flintlock and probably some Throne on Liberty Thursday.
External data installation detected, analyzed, and deployed.
I just tried to murder my laptop this morning, ended up taking out the laptop cooler's USB cable though. But not nearly overeat. Still data installation.
Transmitting message from the client, Grace.
Hey, Proxy, I just sent you a temporary control device. You can use it to maneuver these kids.
Use the device's directional controls to make the boring machine move the way you want. Our goal is to get all of them moved into position, then transmit a signal to locate the prototype.
See, this sort of stuff in this guys is actually quite unique in this game. How we're going to move the one of the machines around, doing this, like bouncing from screen to screen. I'm assuming it's quite unique, that is, instead of us just like being in a situation where it's like, you just control the stick to move it. You're doing the same thing in Element, but it's just like, I say that the abstract nature of it works well as a mechanic to add into the end game hollow stuff. I just think it's a bad system to tell the story, because it kind of it pulls you out of it, in my opinion. But I do think the system is a good system in this game. It's quite unique anyway. Oh, okay, yeah.
By the way, the boring machine can smash through walls, but can't deal with explosives. So be gentle when piloting her.
Okay.
I've uploaded the data. It's up to you now.
Which machine am I using? Okay. What happens if I hit him explosive though?
This little one has enough tonnage to detonate them.
How dare you comment on a young lady's tonnage?
So I can't actually hit it. So I wanted to... Maybe I can just get over there physically, maybe?
Is this where I send out my love signal?
Just send a normal signal, okay?
Head over to the grappler, Proxy.
Okay.
Temporary control device deployed. Signal transfer in progress.
Oh, okay. Alright, okay. Okay, yeah.
Nice job there, Proxy. We're getting more signal feedback.
Dude, that's how I broke my old laptop, that is. It's gone back a few years on now, because I had a DVD rewriter. But like, this was a small laptop back in the day, so it was like it was an external one. So it was a DVD drive and a DVD CD rewriter, CD writer burner, whatever, everything, the whole thing. But that was that connected by USB. And I was in a car accident, and that slid off the chair and hit the back of my chair, and that did that. It snapped off. It's fucked the
Okay,
the board.
same task, but this
Totally-
time we're controlling the
bricked it.
grappler. Grapplers are different from boring machines. Grapplers can handle explosives but can't smash through walls. So be careful.
Which one can smash through walls then? Because unless I'm gonna go up there, because I want that.
Careful!
Oh,
the grappler
this one.
can't bust through
Okay.
walls.
There's nothing a real bro can't do!
Don't make things difficult, Hans. Behave yourself.
I didn't listen to what they were saying. But I just said the opposite of what I said, so yeah, it's kind of stupid.
All right. All three machines have been delivered to their designated locations.
Grace, do you copy? It's time to start sending signals to the prototype.
Roger that. The rest is up to you, my children. It's time to call your elder. Oh. I've got it. We're getting a message back from the boring machine. All three machines are receiving a signal from the prototype.
Awesome. What's going on? What's that noise on your end, Grace?
It's nothing, just some ethereals. I'll deal with them in a minute. It seems the high-frequency signal from the transmitter not only affects the prototype, but gets ethereals riled up too.
No, wait. I'm detecting multiple individuals with high ether activity approaching you. I'm afraid you and the pile driver may have trouble fending them off.
Stop transmitting the signal, Grace! You and the pile driver have to get out of there! Don't provoke the ethereals!
No can do, Sweet Pea. Didn't the proxy say we can't let the transmission be interrupted until we decode the signal?
I'm ordering you to stop transmitting immediately! We'll try again after we've dealt with the ethereals!
I'll be frank, Koleda. The prototype is sending a signal, but the time interval between replies is getting longer and longer. That means the prototype's communication module no longer has the power to send confirmation replies for every message. If we stop now, we won't get a second chance. The prototype's logic core is vital to Belobog, so I can't give up that easily.
Don't be stupid, Grace! It's not about whether you give up or not. You can't handle that many ethereals by yourself. Even without the prototype, we can still develop new tech.
That'll have to do, Koleda. My guests have arrived. I can't greet them properly while talking to you.
Wait! Don't go! Grace! Sis! Damn it! Why does nobody ever listen? Proxy, we have to go save her!
Just blob our tatters out.
High-risk hostiles detected.
Blob our tatters
They
out.
are rapidly approaching Grace's location.
Not good. We have to go help her.
Shut down a prototype. Oh yeah, look at this as well. I was looking on the Crunchyroll store yesterday. They got some cool figurines in that, man. They got the Shinomiya with their big axe. I love this anime series, I do, man. I've really been getting into it. We got like a pop pipe figure. We got Mina. We got Kafka as well, yeah, as a kaiju. You're fighting kaiju number 9. I might have to grab some of these, you know. I've got Ashira Mina as well with a tiger. There's some faces on some of them I'm a bit rough with though. Right. That was 8 to 8. Let's go kick some ass. Let's go kick some ass.
Out of the way. Roger.
Dude, Ellen's sick.
At your service. But I know. How annoying. Get flushed!
She's got attitude, isn't she, Ellen? Ellen, sorry. Dude, I just noticed as well, a blade's like a shark head. That's dope.
Out of the way.
Standing by.
Good riddance. What a pain. You're gonna get dizzy! But I know, out of the way.
Okay.
Thank you for your patience.
Target confirmed. Go.
Don't mess up my nails.
Don't move.
Get lost. Hey, you wanna play with me? I'm scissors, you're paper.
Avoid it.
Take that. Help is here.
I'm liking Sudaku, actually.
How annoying.
I love how expressive the facial animations are in this game, though. They look great.
Got your sense. Let's hurry it up.
You're gonna get
I got Ellen's ult. She looks so unimpressed.
The ethereals have all been dealt with.
Grace! How's the situation?
Don't worry. Communication with the prototype was
Yeah,
impressive.
dude, I don't know how some people have those RGB setups, so when, you know, certain things are happening in the film, it makes it glow on the back of the wall. Like, it's way too distracting.
Koleda! What was that for?
That's what you get! Why did you disobey a direct order from your president? You even cut communication. Even a hopeless tech geek like you must have limits to your madness! You say it's for the benefit of Belobog? If anything happened to you, even if we found the prototype, who's gonna do the research on it?
Hold on, Sweet Pea. Let me explain.
Oh,
You can
I
call me
don't
Sweet
want to
Pea if you
hear
want.
it!
I'll be a sweet pea.
Koleda is right, Grace. We shouldn't risk our lives.
I'll be a sweet
We
pea,
all know you're
Grace.
doing this for Belobog Industries and Koleda. But if something happened to you, how would Koleda face all of this?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have disconnected. All I was thinking about was how I could possibly deal with the ethereals while staying in communication. I was confident I could hold off until you arrived, but I didn't explain myself clearly, nor did I consider your feelings. For that, I'm sorry.
It's over now. I'm just glad you're all right.
You guys could just be honest with each other.
You two clearly care about each other. If you could just be honest with each other.
Proxy, we could move on to the next step in fighting the prototype, right? Let's go! Grace went to great lengths to maintain that signal. We can't let her efforts go to waste.
Dude, I feel like you'd be like a full arm stretch trying to hug Grace.
Yes! We have enough search data now. Locating the prototype.
Optimizing algorithm. Target location confirmed.
Just pause, dude. Oh, I can just pause it and come back. Okay.
Bell, your current location is the most suitable one to amplify the signal. Wait a moment. Fairy and I will soon have the prototype's position.
Calculating coordinates. Prototype location found. Generating a map of the area. Reminder. Since there are no working cameras in the Hollow, the map was generated using street camera images from many years ago based on the coordinates.
I'm sending you the map Fairy has drawn up.
Ah, got it. Let me see.
Low-res image sent by Fairy to Grace's tablet of the area near the prototype before it was swallowed up by the Hollow. You can make out a strange terror in this picture.
It's not very clear. I can just about make out a strangely shaped tower.
Grace, let me see that. This is...
What's wrong, Ben? Is there a problem with the prototype's location?
President. Back then, just before the former president disappeared, Belobog was awarded construction rights for a project in a new development area, the Pioneers Memorial Plaza. This isn't a tower. It's a monument in the center of Memorial Plaza.
What? The prototype is located in the plaza that the old man never finished? But...
He's got to be involved, hasn't he?
Why?
I don't know what's going on, but looking at the picture, I have a bad feeling about it. The prototype's sudden appearance. It's like the president is trying to tell us something.
Right. Didn't Friday say Horse was calling it?
You're overthinking it. It might have brought up the name Horse, but an enlightened center, stabilizing the seal, it's all nonsense. But I am curious about what the prototype is doing here. We should go check it out. Finally! We found it!
Right, boys. I am, okay. Pause right now. Return to the city. Can't pause right now. Okay, cool. I was gonna say, we'll hop out, but I can't. Collect the story of the dewdrops. Let's just go over the hill.
The monument is just ahead. We're almost there. This is a pretty rough path, so watch your step.
Anton! Let the proxy sit on the machine! Grace? Is something wrong? You're so slow.
Me? Oh, I was just thinking about something.
Good. If you're hurt and trying to hide it from me, you'll be in for it.
Hey, Sweet Pea. We're family. Don't be mean.
What?
When
Was she
I was
getting?
in
Was
danger
she getting her
earlier,
cheeks spread by
you
her dad?
called me sis, right?
Oh, no,
Memories.
That'd be a little bit weird.
I haven't heard you call me that since you became the president of Belobog.
Really? I didn't notice. I must have yelled it without thinking. In the heat of the moment. I saw the danger you were in, facing those ethereals, and my mind went blank. I could only think of one thing. I don't want to lose another family member. You risked your life for Belobog's future, but as president, there was nothing I could do. I haven't been a very good president.
Keep saying that and I'm going to get angry, Sweet Pea. I know better than anyone how hard you've worked these past years. You're still growing, but you work from early in the morning to late at night. Am I gonna need to be the one to tell you you're not a machine? You say you're not interested in technical stuff, but your desk is all stuffed with my well-worn technical papers. Even though they're well-written. A kid your age, I don't know. Shouldn't you be reading comics or something? Compared to you, maybe it's me who's incompetent. I said that I was doing it for the future of Belobog.
Doing that shy,
Perhaps I was
bashful
just
face,
trying to
man.
salvage Uncle Horse's legacy. I thought, if you could just see the prototype in person, you'd understand what an amazing man he was. It's sad to think someone that outstanding was rejected by his own daughter.
Sis.
But ever since that day you said I knew nothing, well, I noticed some clues and started connecting the dots. Koleda, have you been hiding something about Horse?
The night Dad went missing, I saw him leave with my own 2 eyes.
Does have
It
always
was
saw
late
that?
at night, and I was woken up by the sound of a phone call from the living room. I came out of my room to see what was going on, and I saw him clutching this bulging bag. He was planning to leave without saying goodbye. I had a bad feeling about it, so I ran over to stop him. I asked him where he was going, but his bag was yanked open, and I saw it was filled with stacks of banknotes. I learned later, it was the money missing from Belobog's accounts.
I had no idea something like that happened.
So her dad was ABC then, man. Always be cheating.
After that, plus
On the
the
grind.
public security report, I just can't believe in him as much as you guys do.
So you suffered alone all these years? Why didn't you tell anyone? Wouldn't it have been easier to just get it out?
Who knows? I guess I thought if I said it out loud, that'd officially make him a bad person. But you're right. I do feel better.
Just promise me one thing, Sweet Pea, okay? Whatever happens in the future, we face it together. Belobog is your home. Even without Horse, me, Anton, and Ben, we're all your family.
Okay, I promise.
Besides, how's that saying go? Facts aren't always the truth. Maybe Horse had another reason for leaving that day. I'm not asking you to accept my point of view.
Facts aren't always the
mystery
truth.
surrounding Horse will always
Never
haunt
heard that one.
Belobog, so we'll keep looking for answers. Right now, our priority is finding the prototype. Let's get going.
This is it. The memorial square Belobog built back then.
Look! There's a big white thing over there by the monument!
The slick colors, the handsome lines. Yes, that's the prototype. But why is it in that bizarre position?
I agree. It does look a bit unnatural. Like it's actively clamping down on the monument.
Did something happen here? Ben? Anton? You guys go take a look around the monument. I'll take Grace and the proxy to take a look at the cockpit.
Roger that!
You two be careful in there! The prototype has been in the hollow for so long that it may have been corrupted in some places!
Don't worry! The cockpit was well sealed. It's still pretty clean inside. Huh? This is...
No mistaking it. That's a bullet hole. That's not all, Koleda. Just look around. There are bullet holes all over the cockpit.
What? What happened here?
The casings all fell inside the cockpit. So the gun was fired at close range. It looks like there was a struggle here. But with how much time has passed, it's impossible to tell if anyone was shot. There's a stack of notes on the center console. Wait. This is...
Ben! Anton! Get over here! The proxy has found something!
What is it, President?
Look at this.
That's a bill for the prototype. Not only does it have President Horse's signature, it has the date and amount on it, too.
Or did he take the money to pay for it or something?
The amount is the same as what disappeared from the
Okay, so you
company's
took it to
account,
pay for that then,
and
yeah.
it matches the time of Horse's disappearance. So that means Horse took the money to pay for the prototype manufacturing.
Aha! I knew a guy like Horse would never do something like running away with company funds. Horse's name can be cleared with this receipt as evidence.
Wait. Could it be possible Horse was the one that drove the prototype here? But why? And why did he disappear?
We can't be sure about anything just yet. But with all those bullet holes in the cockpit, something terrible must have happened. The old man, my dad, didn't run away of his own accord. But then he hasn't come back either. In all likelihood, he's already dead. Damn it! I get it now. That phone call right before he left, it was just so weird. He was saying stuff like, you want me to pretend like nothing happened, and what exactly is in there? Dad must have gotten involved in something dangerous. But what did he find? Why didn't he tell anyone before he...
Don't worry, Kaleda. We'll find the answers. I just checked the prototype. The external memory unit in its logic core is intact. It must still have records from back then. I'll start analyzing the data the moment we bring the prototype back. We'll find the truth behind Horse's disappearance.
That's right, President. We'll find a way.
Thaden is ready to help whenever you need it, Kaleda.
Everyone. Yeah, you guys are right. As president, I can't keep feeling sorry for myself. Okay, let's get this prototype back.
Over this way. Little more.
Careful. Slowly now.
That's it. Steady now.
I like
steady.
Anton.
No worries, I'm on it. Job done.
Let's go. We're all finished here.
Huh? Wait! I seem to have forgotten something very important. Right! The seal! My mentor Horse sent me a message telling me to strengthen the seal. But what could the seal actually be? Huh?
Oh, it was that. We let him out.
Hey, something's moving in the monument. Is it an ethereal?
Doesn't look like one, but yet, ether levels are shockingly high.
It's coming!
Hear me out. I wonder if that's a dad.
Not so fast! Behave yourself!
Phew! That was a shock. Proxy, you've seen all sorts. What kind of monster is this?
It doesn't look like an ethereal, but it doesn't look like a corrupted human either.
What's wrong? Belle?
What in the world?
Oh no! Hans, find it! Come in!
Their signals are gone, and ether readings are still increasing. Be careful, everyone!
Oh, is he broken to pieces?
It's huge. It absorbed the machines?
The fucking Power Rangers, man. It's a Megazord or whatever the fuck it's called.
This monster's aura. I've never felt like this before.
Can't believe that was in the monument. Dad, is this why he... Because he found this? Almost. Be gone.
Move it!
3, 2, 1, go!
Full power!
Looks like the job's not done.
That's it.
How annoying. Get flushed!
Oh, bro, I took them head on.
Clear out. Left on target.
Oh shit, the lady got fucked up. Get missiles.
President! She's completely covered in smoke and dust.
Calm down. Our sweepy is not that delicate.
It's like just focus on the enemy. Shark Nami!
Cut maneuver. Pinch maneuver.
The perfect fight!
You won't go flying!
Good
A little off.
Electro engine.
Right, back in the door.
Don't look at me!
Go, Bruno.
That's it. You're looking good. Confirmed.
The perfect fight!
Yeah, yo, Eleni's kind of sick, man.
And you won't go
This fellow seems a bit stubborn.
Has he got a third fucking face?
Unusually active target detected. Focus
Oh,
fire.
shit.
Want me to do it? How annoying.
I need to get Amber 8, man, to get some charges back up.
With full force.
Oh, dude, I might get knocked fucking out here.
Get back!
Damn it! If this continues, we're done for!
Has he gone a bit big?
prototype? President!
It took a while to get this thing moving. Leave it to me! Come on, you punk!
Alright, mecha fight, I guess, sort of. Construction mecha fight. Not quite Gundam Wing, but you know. Gundam Wing at home. Oh, nice.
Sweet pea! Push it just like that! Use the monument!
Got it!
Oh, the poor freaking pole driver and grappler and that. He's a bro as well.
Almost! Just a little more!
They're in a stalemate.
The prototype doesn't sound good.
Sweet pea, don't force it. It's corrupting the prototype.
Almost! Come on! Hurry up and get moving!
Here, Kaleda. Give it a name. When you call out that name, it'll accomplish whatever you need it to.
Dad, can I really believe in you again? Get moving! Jerry! Don't look down on me! We're proud to be Bellabog! The power of smart construction machinery! Even if corrupted, our Bellabog machinery will never give in!
Not gonna lie, this is kind of fucking amped, bro. You fuck pussy.
Dad, you idiot. Hope you'd be proud of what Bellabog's become.
Okay, that was pretty cool. That was kind of cool. Good set piece. Let's go. I was thinking, dude, I don't know if I'm going to get through this fight, man, because it was like such a damage sponge then at the end, but obviously it was supposed to be like that.
Look who's here.
Yo, Proxy! What's up?
How you feeling, Kaleda?
Kaleda, are you feeling better yet?
Don't worry. It's just a few scratches. They're almost all healed up. I kept saying I was fine, but my sister and Anton insisted I get a bunch of tests to the hospital just in case I have ether corruption.
I understand why they're worried. You were in the prototype fighting that monster at close range for a long time. We didn't know if it could cause any special harm to humans.
I guess you're right.
Speaking of which, how goes the investigation into the monster in the prototype?
Oh, that's actually the reason I came. Let's start with the monster. Public security called this morning. Said they're making the necessary technical preparations to recover the monster's remains.
Oh, that's good. The monster's remains are pretty unique, so I thought it'd take public security longer to deal with.
Yeah, that's thanks to those two pubsec girls who came to investigate the scene. But we can't just wait around while they investigate the monster. Can I leave this thing to you, Phaethon?
2 secs. Love it.
This chip-like thing is the external memory unit from the prototype's logic core you mentioned
That's
before,
cool, yeah, dude.
right?
Right.
sequence.
Exactly. Back then, when he found the monster was hidden in the monument, my dad must have driven the prototype there with the intention of destroying it. If that's the case, there may be some clues left within the external memory unit.
That's one thing I'll say about
But my
Hoyo.
dad used a special encryption process, so we have no way to read the data inside.
When it comes to like their cutscenes and stuff, they get that anime vibe. Now, a lot of the games are like, you know, hey, look at that anime looking game, and that's all good. And some of them have got cool stories and stuff as well, but they seem to get those sort of, you know, those set pieces that we all love in anime, you know, those moments like that where it's like that freaking, that build up, they like almost when the characters almost got like a flashback and they come to the realization and then they get to that next level like that a lot of good animes have, like, and they seem to understand that part of anime culture as well really well, where other games are just like, hey, look at that character, it's got massive tits, and so, oh, that's all cool, but they don't get that extra element of it, like, beyond that. They're just, like, the story beats don't feel anime, if that makes sense. But Hoyo seem to get that.
But can you help?
There's no need to be so polite, Kaleda. Besides, we actually have our own reasons for wanting to look into the monster. We'll find a way to decrypt the data inside. Don't worry.
Great. Then I'll leave the storage unit with you. I have a meeting with the supplier, so I'll be heading out.
Take care. Good luck with the project.
See you soon. I'll be waiting for some good news from you.
It feels like Kaleda's demeanor has changed since we first met her. She's become a more mature president. I never expected what seemed like a simple
She's had a
commission
story
when her
arc.
Bellabog's past and involved such a mysterious monster. Belle, if I recall correctly, didn't you say something about your eyes feeling strange when that monster started emanating energy?
Yeah, it didn't last long, but my eyes started to feel uncomfortable.
There's definitely something off about where that monster
He
came
was showing
from.
me his wang.
It might have something to do with that thing we've been trying to find out about. Anyway, the remains were handed over to public security. We have to find a way to decipher the information on this storage unit.
Barry, since we've increased our electricity bill 5-fold to keep you going, you should be able to decipher it, right?
I'd be happy to be of service, Master. However, given the need to decipher it quickly, your current system's computing power, and your electricity usage requirements, I do not recommend doing it here. There is a hacker on Internaut, codename Rain, who, judging by their resume, fits your current needs. This person has also done business with Nicole from the Cunning Hares.
Rain. I've heard of her, Belle. She's a first-rate proxy when it comes to cracking encryption. Since she's Nicole's acquaintance, we'll have an easier time contacting her. Nicole would never miss an opportunity to use her contacts to cover her debts, after all.
I'll contact Nicole right away, Belle, and tell her that we want to ask Rain to decrypt the external memory unit. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I don't have anything else to discuss. We should be able to relax for a while after this, so feel free to do something you enjoy. Oh, thanks. Thanks, boss. Appreciate your, you know, letting me off to do my own thing. No, I'll remember that. You slave driving prick. Anyway, chat. I'm gonna call it there because I gotta go and get Rose from work. She finished a little bit earlier now, which is another bonus with the new role. So I will be back a little later. Gonna get back, gonna have some tea, get on the treadmill for a little bit, and then yeah, we'll probably be back with some more Zenless if I'm honest. I need to do my dailies in Wuthering, so we will be on Wuthering Waves. We'll probably just do my dailies. Actually, I don't know. I'm trying to build Baiji at the moment, and I'm trying to get my Tracy's done on my other characters as well, so like I'm really trying to amp them up a little bit now. We'll see, but I'm at least going to do my dailies in Wuthering Waves, and then I want to come back, because I'm you know, I want to continue banging out the content on this game, because it's a lot of fun, man. I'm really enjoying it, and it's a new freshness at the moment, isn't it? And it'll stretch out the content for me for Wuthering Waves at the moment for 1.2, or when Changli drops, because I can't wait. But yeah, boys, appreciate you, man. Yeah, no worries, Neil. I'll catch you a little bit later, dude. Thank you for hanging out, and I'm glad you are enjoying the Wuthering Waves action, bro. It's good to see. But yeah, I'll catch you boys later. All right, man. Appreciate ya. If I don't see you later, enjoy the rest of your day. All right, I'll see ya and ta-ra.